And we are back with the final. Well, yes, this should be the final session of the Corinth campaign. Um, we'll do a recap while Evan is off with his brownies. Uh, last time, the three of you, um, a little bit of snooping around the city, trying to sneak around, not be noticed by police. Getting in touch with the mayor, and what else happened? I have my notes right here, and I'm trying to reread myself while I'm doing this. Also, was everyone at the attack that occurred? No, you weren't there, Jared. Was
Which one?
the fight at the warehouse? Lumac wasn't in that fight. No, Lumac went home. Lumac went back to the ring. That's right. Um,
Huh?
last
What was the
session,
warehouse?
they fought the soldiers in the warehouse when they were looking for the guy who was supposed to have information dropped for them.
Yeah, no, I was.
No, you were with Grandma and Mother Reams. Um, and they told you to you needed to kill Casimia, or at least make sure he died. You don't know if that means you'll get to kill him or someone else will, but a lot of people want him dead right now. So we'll see what happens. Um, he would run off to get his brownies right as we're like I already started it, which is really upsetting, but it's fine. Um, Evan, are you back? I keep hearing noises like he's nearby. Hear him. Spirit. Fuck was that? His microphone's fucking up more and more, right?
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear the static coming from his end?
No.
No? None at all? I hear it. He's coming back with a whip. Who are you whipping? He can't hear me. What the fuck is happening? Hello? Oh well.
Huh? What's up?
Welcome back.
Hi.
um on this fine morning, what would the two of you be doing? I know Lumac went back to the initiative, right? You have no reason to hide anywhere.
Let's go with that.
Um,
I think your gain's up, by the way, Evan.
who? My
Breathing very
what?
loud. Your gain. I don't know.
Yeah, I can just move the mic further away. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Also did run upstairs. I got that asthma, so.
Ah.
I'd be back in the goddamn
You're in the
house, right?
manor. Yeah, you're back in the manor.
All right. Yeah. So
All
I'm
of you
just.
did hear about. I forgot to recap. You all did hear the radio broadcast slash TV broadcast of Cassie and Mia wanting to have a gathering in front of Castech at later tonight to do a little speech and reveal a few things for the future.
Ah, okay. Okay. He's trying to start some shit now, is he? Um. Well, is Dutchman there?
Dutchman is still there. You don't know where he is at the moment, but you do know he's still at the manor because he has nowhere else to go.
I'm gonna get up. Where's Fiddlesticks at?
Fiddlesticks on this fine morning. Um, he would probably be on this morning just because of the way that things have been. He'd probably be on the floor right now, laying in the sun, right next to the window, like
I'm
sound
gonna go.
asleep.
I'm gonna go scratch his ear and just yeah, good morning, a little chaos child.
Just kind of like leans into it for a second, then kind of like comes to and kind of pulls away from your hand for a second, kind of blinks his eyes a couple times, just kind of squints up at you. He didn't say anything.
What are you, high or something? Come on, wake up.
He just kind of blinks twice and he's just like, "No, I was asleep."
Yeah, same thing. Uh, hey, guess Amia's gonna be holding the convention. You feeling up for some recon?
He does a kind of a big, more of a cat-like stretch than anything else, and kind of stands up straight and kind of looks at you and goes, "What's in it for me?"
Living?
Just kind of squints at you. He doesn't say anything. He's just
Uh,
gonna squint at you like you wouldn't dare.
shit. I I I wouldn't do anything to you, but Casamia might, so I think it might be in your best interest, since, it's kind of like a James Bond villain at this point in time, trying to, take everyone out with robots and shit. Figured, you're not stupid, so you might be interested in helping.
He kind of does a little shrug and kind of stops squinting. And he's just gonna like walk over to the window and jump onto the window sill and kind of look outside for a second. Just look back to you and says, "You make me breakfast, I'll do it."
Oh, if that's all I had to do, then yeah, we're good.
You should know Fiddlesticks. He's food motivated. We figured this out a long time ago.
I feel like a lot of things motivate him, and just food happens to be one of them.
It's food and
Shiny objects.
shiny objects. He's a crow.
He's very simple with his needs.
It's funny is there's some cases that I'm very much like that. Food and shiny objects will make me very happy.
That's how I am with video games, man.
Video
Food and
game.
shiny objects.
I
I
will
be
not.
I be playing.
I will
Huh?
not get rid of a shiny object in a video game.
I won't even get rid of a styrofoam cup in Starfield. Do you know how many I have in my inventory right now?
I don't want to know.
It's disgusting. It's in triple digits. I'm very proud of it.
I would not be.
I haven't even bought one. That's the best part. I haven't bought a single cup. These are all just from missions.
Gross.
Bethesda, stop putting random shit in the game. I'm gonna
Anywho,
grab it because I'm gonna think it's gonna be useful down the line.
um, yeah, but upon you telling him that's all, he's gonna hop off the seal and kind of glide over to you and just kind of land on your shoulder. And then he's just gonna point a claw towards the door and just go onwards.
All right, let's go, little man.
All right.
So I'm gonna go downstairs with fiddle shit. Ooh, sorry. Um,
When
and
as you're kind of walking, I'll just let you know this now. You do hear voices from within um
I hear
inside
voices.
Weasel's room.
He's alive.
Um, I assume you want to glance in there.
Hell yeah, I want to glance in there.
Upon glancing in there, you see Dutchman with an empty syringe in hand that he is currently putting down onto this like small little table. Weasel looks to be cognizant and speaking. Um, it seemed a little surprised it seems to be kind of recovering from the surprise of Dutchman standing over him, the person who the last time he saw him smashed him into the concrete. Um, which you would
That's
have
true.
heard
That's
about
true.
that. You did hear
I
about that, I
do
remember.
remember that.
And then are you gonna as you're watching this exchange, are you going to say anything, or are you just kind of watching it and then heading on your way?
I'm just gonna knock on the door. Be like, yeah, are you better now?
They both kind of glance towards you, and Dutchman kind of collecting up the empty syringe and the straps that had originally been holding Weasel down when he was in his feral state. Um, and Weasel says, "You could say that. It just I don't remember anything that's happened since I blacked out."
Oh, do you want to recap or?
He kind of glances towards Dutchman, who just kind of shrugs at him, and he just says, "Sure."
Well, you went feral. Uh, Castek is evil. He got a bunch of robots. We blew up the building. He has now rebuilt said building and having a meeting on it today. Um, Dutchman and I here, had a little fun, little quirky time, and went to a warehouse that also got leveled. Oh, they have tanks, by the way. Um, what else? What else? Oh, Tutter's dead. One of the people I was working with. No one really cares about Luther, but Tutter was the important one. Um,
Poor Luther.
yeah. Trying to think. Oh, Casimia's son is a wait. Should I say that Dutchman? Yes. No.
uh, I'm gonna. You're getting ready to say the thing about him being a cursed beast, essentially.
Yeah.
As you kind of say that, Dutchman kind of just looks at you and kind of shakes his head.
All right. Never mind. Well, yeah. I'll just tell you. Casimia's son has a kind of a little issue downstairs. You know what I'm talking about? That was widely discussed. Trying to think of what else. Um, yeah. Uh, did I miss anything, Dutchman? I think I covered the bases pretty well.
As he kind of drops the things into like the small bag and kind of hangs it over his shoulder. He just looks towards you and just says, "No, that should have covered everything."
Oh, wait, I did forget. Castek made the feral disease. That's important.
Dutchman, or both Dutchman nods to you and kind of makes his way out of the room. Um, while uh, Weasel just kind of looks at you and almost kind of shock. Um, doesn't really seem to have the words. And he seems to go to talk like two or three times, and it's just kind of his mouth opens and they just kind of pauses. Then he just kind of after like a minute or two of this like him trying to react, he just kind of sits there quietly and just kind of stares into the middle distance, kind of processing all the information that was given to him. Um, and as he's doing this, Dutchman does come like passes by you into the room again, with two vials in hand. One of which you do recognize as a restoration potion. The other one you don't know what kind of potion it is, but he gives both of them to Weasel, who, as he drinks them, clearly shows a face that whatever the potions taste like, they are bitter. They are not good. Um, And then after he takes those, Dutchman kind of helps him get out of the bed and helps him start like walking towards the door. Um,
Yeah. So welcome back. Oh, I don't know if you'll be joining us for the raid on Castech, but I don't even know if there is going to be a raid on Castech. I don't know what we can do unless we have military and possibly a nuke.
Dutchman kind of starts talking as he helps Weasel out into the hallway and just says, "There's a plan being made now. Um, we have to go check on a weapons cache that you all have somewhere in one of the warehouses before tonight. I already told the boss that a war is probably going to break out tonight, or at least this city is going to fall into chaos."
I don't have the firearms for chaos. Oh, this will be fun. I do have plenty of bodies, though. Always a good time.
You can see Weasel just looks absolutely confused by like everything that's being said. Um, he says Weasel just kind of like opens his mouth, just what do you mean? What happened?
What part? What part of it?
Why is everything falling apart?
Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Casimir decided that time is now. Shit's hitting the fan. Might as well.
Um, and he just kind of, eyes kind of go to the floor as he continues getting helped through. After a minute or two, he kind of goes quiet. Dutchman as well, just kind of helping him. A lot of you enter the one of the dining spaces within this mansion, the one that's primarily used. You can see the boss and a couple of the others are already in there. It seems breakfast has already been made. Um, Fiddlesticks immediately, the moment entering the room, goes off on his own to try to acquire his own food, completely just forgetting that he told you to make him something.
There you go, Fiddlesticks. I made it fresh this morning. Why do you
Yeah.
think I was up so early?
And as the lot of you kind of enter, the boss kind of looks up and gives kind of a welcoming, smile and gesture to the three of you as you kind of come in. He says, "It's good to see you up on your feet again, Weasel." Um, Dutchman kind of brings Weasel over to the table, kind of gets him situated into a chair before Dutchman just walks out of the room on his own. Um, some of the other mobsters kind of welcoming him back to the land of the living, essentially. Is there anything you want to do while you're in here? Why this little exchange is occurring?
Um, I'm gonna go grab some food and a coffee. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you'll do that. You get food, coffee, whatever else. Eat. I assume you're just gonna eat with everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, is Lumac doing anything on this fine morning?
Probably not.
Probably not. Just sitting and waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll continue the one man story for now. Okay, so you have breakfast. You know just speak with the others and everything else. There's it's probably about an hour it takes for breakfast to go by. Um, Eventually, once
Okay.
everything is done, Weasel is kind of helped into the kind of common area that usually everyone hangs out in, and is got set up on one of the couches with like the TV accessible. Pretty much the equivalent of like you're having that sick day, you're gonna go lay on the couch all day. That's what Weasel's gonna do.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
he's pretty much set up though and told like if he needs anything or if he needs to know anything, keep a phone nearby. The others kind of disperse. The boss kind of telling you that in the next hour or so, you all are probably gonna head out to the weapons catch, and start making preparations for the battle that is coming. Um, yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do
Weapons
though before that?
fight.
Yeah, before that happens.
Um. Do I have? Fuck. I don't have any means to contact Blade and all of them.
Unfortunately, not. No, you never got contact with Blade. I think Almora
Yeah.
had your contact, but she's MIA at the moment.
What do you mean she's dead? We found her.
You found her feral. You you don't know if she's dead or not. You may assume she's dead, but you don't know if that's true.
Uh, and I don't have any means to contact the other mans who would have the ability to contact them. But
You know that Cesare is MIA as well. You don't know what he's been doing. You
which
also know that most of you got rid of your phones immediately after the whole thing happened. He'd probably still have his, but you don't. He hasn't been. You know what? No, I'll let you contact him. He's just busy.
no, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's. I'll shoot him a message and just be like, hey, um, planning something for Casamia. Let me know if the rest of your lot is interested. That's pretty much the extent of it.
Okay. I'd
Uh,
say probably an hour or two after sending that message,
mhm.
you would get a message from a unknown number. Essentially, the number doesn't appear on your phone. It's just an unknown contact that simply says, "I was told you were planning something. What might that be against Casimia?"
Um, what is there a raid on the headquarters? Correct.
It's not necessarily there's a raid. Like the mob isn't planning to raid. They're just planning for something bad to happen and them to combat it.
So I'll just say something. A storm's brewing. Something's coming our way. The the mob is gearing up in preparation to fight back.
Long pause before another message comes through that just says, well, planning he says, "Well, I'm planning to take the first shot. If the lot of you decide to be on standby, it may keep things from getting out of hand."
Um, I will pass that information on. And am I allowed to ask who this is, or the less I know,
There's
the better?
There's like a long pause. It's probably like 5-10 minutes before a message comes through. Um, and just it just simply says, um, you know who I am. Um, there's no need for me to say who.
Sounds good. All right. I'll go pass that information on to the boss. Cause it's what Blade or
Blade or Judge are the two that you know of, but you know that Judge doesn't usually get to do much and wouldn't be doing stuff on his own fruition. So you know you probably can infer that this is Blade that was talking.
yeah. I'd tell the boss that this is probably Blade. Judge might be helping him, and Cesare may take part, and Almora's missing, but they plan to strike first, whatever that means.
He nods and just says, but then all the more reason to prepare for this whole thing to happen. Um, probably going to go look at one of the warehouses now and then check on another catch in a few hours. But if you want to come with us, feel free. And you
Yeah,
see, like,
I'll join.
as he makes that comment and kind of gestures, you see like there's like four trucks, like the unmarked black like SUV type trucks that you see in like a lot of movies with mobs.
Yeah.
There's like four of them that are just getting like filled to the brim with people.
Hell yeah.
Um, okay. So you head out. Oh. And ask Lumac, the thing you were waiting for. Are you waiting from orders from your contacts, or are you just waiting for something that'll spring you into doing something?
I'm just waiting for something.
Just something. Okay. Brewing stuff as we're going. I'm trying to figure out what everyone's motives at the moment are before we enter the fun.
I'm going to the armory. That's it.
Okay. Uh, so a lot of you, drive to one of the closer warehouses, like pull up to it, the doors open, get in, going through like the various crates and stuff. Um, you knew the mob very well equipped, most like fairly often. You didn't know the extent of how equipped that they were, and kind of seeing the various items. You see assault rifle, shotguns. There's a couple LMGs in here that you do not have the strength to carry. Um, there's even you find like two crates that are just RPGs. It's like 10 RPGs a
Uh,
crate. There's also a
any
couple swords and
grenades?
stuff in here. There. Let's see. Trying to check if I had that on the list. I would say yeah. There's like there's a couple briefcases filled with grenades.
Yeah. I'd probably take a few and just put them in my briefcase. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with them, but I have a plan.
You can take like four.
That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah, you can get four grenades into your
Four
briefcase.
briefcases. Let's go.
No, four.
So many, so many job cards. Yeah, baby.
It's just satchel charges. That's all it is.
I was just gonna say the
It's
case
a
explodes
it's
and
a
my business cards just go everywhere.
it's just a brick of silly putty, okay? That's all it is. It's not serious putty, but it's silly putty.
You're saying I can't feed it to one of my summons and then hit him with a taser and have him explode? That's upsetting.
That is an urban legend that'll happen.
I'm fully aware. I just let me believe, man. Just let me believe.
It's a hazing ritual of the defusal squads.
I know it's a great ritual too. I actually no, I'm not sponsoring hazing. TikTok, not TikTok, Twitch, please. I'm not supporting it, but
It builds
pretty.
character, but we don't do it
That's one
here.
way to
But
put
it
it.
builds character. It definitely gets you
Make
in the
sure.
mindset of I can work with bombs. But we're not doing that. We are doing this. Yeah, you get a
We
couple.
are we are children of God here.
Yeah.
I'm a pious man.
Don't. There's a gypsy
Yes,
woman
I'm
outside with no shoes on.
It's such a good meme.
You're talking about the one with the eyes and the nose?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I know. I know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes. Okay. On that note, though, you get in here. Everyone's kind of just going around grabbing weapons. A couple people have like
Yeah.
laid out, magazines, other things, and are kind of like doing, quick uh equipment checks, like pulling apart some of the guns, making sure everything's clean, putting it all back together.
What gun would Saul be able to handle?
Probably a regular rifle. Um, I would say nothing. You could probably get. Uh, yeah.
Actually, no,
Any
I'm good. I'm good with the pistol. If anything, if there's like a sawed off, I might grab that, and that's the extent. Because I need to be able to move around quickly. So I can
um,
get my good boys up.
there would be like a judge, which is a pump shotgun, but it's not sawed off.
Yeah, I'll grab the judge though.
Okay, it's +4 piercing,
Might. Hell yeah.
but
Yeah,
okay.
that's. I'm ring up and chilling.
We will. Yeah. So you do that. Everyone else kind of doing the same thing. You're here for a while. Like none of you leave. You just kind of are like here making preparations. There are plans being made. People are being told like you'll be in this area, you'll be in this area, things like that. Um, and just kind of like plans being underway, kind of being set up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. I fill me in on what the exact plans are, but let Jared have his time to shine.
Yes, Lumac hanging around the initiative, not really doing much. Um, Something does catch your attention within the initiative. Um, you hear a sort of argument happening as you are you just walking around, or are you just sitting in your room?
Yeah, I'm walking around.
Okay, as you're walking around, you would hear on the first level, um, a couple of voices kind of talking. As you kind of get closer, uh, you recognize two of the voices. You recognize Simeon, the vampire that came in the first day, and Algeron, the dragonoid, very harshly speaking to somebody upon kind of coming out of or like looking out of the stairwell. You see the two of them have Ryan kind of cornered and seem to be like questioning him intensely.
Do I hear what they're asking him or just the yelling?
It's listening in on it because I'm not just gonna like say each of the lines or whatever. It's they seem to be like questioning him about like what he knows about what's going on, and you know, is he doing things like behind the initiative's back, and you know, um, pretty much like threatening to like report him to like authorities and stuff like that about things. Clearly, they don't know what they're talking about. They just seem to be messing with Ryan at the moment. Ryan doesn't seem to be taking it well.
Hmm. I'm I'm gonna hit one of them with a Dormio.
Ooh, roll that dice.
That's a 10.
Oh,
Higher than a 10, but yeah.
okay. Yeah, which one are you hitting?
Who was it again? Simeon or
Simeon and Algeron, which is the dragonoid.
I'll do Algeron.
Okay, yeah, you say this, you know, the phrase or whatever, and he just drops on the spot. Simeon immediately stops talking and just kind of like takes a few steps to the side, and then kind of looks at Algeron and then looks at Ryan and goes, and just kind of like points to just like, "Did you do this?" No one seems to have noticed you come in the room. Like Ryan is looking at you, but like he's a little shocked.
I think your buddy needs some help.
And Simeon kind of just whips around to look at you and just goes, "What do you mean needs help? Like what did you do to him?"
I didn't do anything, but I mean, he just kind of collapsed like that. You should probably get some help.
And he just kind of like he stares at you and he kind of looks at Ryan and he goes over to Aldron and just kind of like starts like nudging him on the shoulder. It's like, "Hey," it's like, "What's gotten into you? Wake up." Aldron's kind of muttering in his sleep. Uh, Ryan immediately takes the opportunity to dart for the door and slips outside. On the way out, he does look to you and almost give you a almost like a nod of gratitude before disappearing out of sight. Um,
What time is it right now?
this time it would be no, I have a song you sang in a video from 3 years ago in my head. Um,
Huh?
remember the old Gmod horror map video we did where you were going, "What time is it? It's time for lunch." It
Why
was
would
you,
I
me.
remember that?
It was me, you, and Travis playing scary map on Gmod. I rewatched the video not too long ago because I wanted to look at some old stuff. Um, anywho, uh, it's roughly around like 11 o'clock noonish.
When was Casimir doing the event thing?
Later in the day, it would have been like it'll be like 6ish is when it's all starting. He's trying to make an evening of it, essentially.
Hmm. Um, I feel like you want me to follow Ryan, but I'm not going to.
I'm just kind of throwing things and seeing what sticks. That's really what it's coming down to. But yeah, Ryan runs off. Um, are you staying there for the full duration of Dormio? Or are you going to leave the room before
No,
Algeron wakes up?
I'm gonna leave and continue wandering.
Okay. You walk off, kind of go back into the stairwell. Simeon just kind of, as you kind of are walking away, not Simeon. Yeah, Simeon. What the fuck? My name. My fuck. He kind of looks over to you as you're walking off and says, he says, uh, he says, can you? He's like, where are you going? Are you getting help? That's what it was.
He's not my friend. Why would I get help?
As you kind of go into the stairwell, you just hear him go, "What the fuck?" The door closes. um. Okay, yeah, you go back to wondering. Shoot a message to Kate here and figure out when he's supposed to show up. Okay. Depending on when he shows up, I might just be getting into the festivities early. Um. We'll go back to Saw. A few hours have passed while you guys were, getting equipped, getting ready. Um, Roll me and evaluate the scene.
Which is
Instinct.
I got a 9.
Okay. Kind of looking around, just watching everyone do this stuff. You come to the realization that you don't see Dutchman anywhere.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Um, did I last see him run off somewhere?
You know he was hanging around the opening of the warehouse. You did not see which direction he went when he disappeared, if that makes sense.
I'll stash, I'll stash my shotgun, collect myself, go outside, see what's happening.
Okay. You go outside, kind of looking about at the other nearby warehouses. You can see there also is a couple of the mobsters that are standing out here, kind of speaking to one another. Don't seem to, Okay, he's gonna be here in 10 to 20 minutes. Good. Um, uh,
Good,
yeah,
very
good,
good.
good cheese. Um, looking around and none of them seem to be paying any attention to anything around. They just seem to be like discussing plans or just making small talk at the moment, considering you have been here for a few hours. By this point for you, it's like 5 o'clock. Um, it's late in the day. And when you get out here, you look around for a minute, kind of walk past the cars, go wherever. Um, and then you hear from a warehouse roughly 300-400 feet away, uh, a loud explosion. Um, you see most of the people within, kind of that are standing outside, kind of pause, and one of them kind of, two-finger whistle or whatever, the loud ass one that you usually get like a dog's attention.
Yeah.
Does that. Most of the mobsters start kind of like coming out as after the sound is, this whistle is made. Um, you know the direction of where the explosion sound came from. You don't specifically know which warehouse in particular, but you would guess the one that, after a moment or two, has a bit of dust forming inside of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
It doesn't take long. It's not hard to
Yeah,
figure out when an explosion occurred.
that's pretty on point. I'm gonna get my gun out and I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay. Are you running or just walking?
I'll run, you know, see what's happening.
You run. A couple other mobsters kind of keeping up behind you as as you do this. About 150 feet away. You keep hearing more explosions as you're running. 150 feet away, though, you do hear a very familiar loud roar. Um, do you want to keep running?
Yeah, yeah. I know what this is. I know what's going on.
Okay. Uh, and as you get to the warehouse, one or two are a handful of the mobsters kind of running past you and like getting to the door before you, kind of yanking it open. You see inside. You see the very familiar large white dragon standing within the space, and you see what looks to be a mangled and smashed up spider tank is the only way to describe it.
Uh,
That looks to be in the process of like it has just had its power source ripped out and it's still powering down. Um, a very large chunk of metal and wire kind of off to the side that looks to have been bitten out of it.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
So homie was putting in work. I'm hearing.
you also see the wounds on this dragon rapidly healing as the doors kind of swing open, and you see multiple of the monsters kind of point their weapons towards it. They don't shoot, but they just kind of point their weapons as at it as it is just kind of standing there,
Hey, I'm just gonna kind of
taking.
yell out and be like, "You guys know that's Dutchman, right?"
He you upon saying that, he does let out a very low growl. Um and is going to and you do notice like the backside of the warehouse is absolutely destroyed. There is not really a back wall anymore. But he just kind of looks to you almost in disapproval for a second before looking to all the others, and then just simply in a very deep, groggly voice that you can't. It doesn't sound anything like him normally. Just says, "Save your bullets for Kaztec," and he's just gonna turn and run out that back opening, and he's going to take to the sky.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Any way we could refurbish this machine? Anyone anyone good with tech? I knew a guy who was good with tech, but he took an arrow to the knee.
You just see a bunch of the monsters kind of looking between each other and shrugging. You see one actually like kind of walk over and kind of like kick it. Just kind of shrugs.
It looks like its power source got ripped out, so never mind.
The boss kind of walks up to you and just says, "What did you mean when you said that was Dutchman?"
I feel like I have said too much.
He kind of raises an eyebrow, just kind of arms kind of crossed, intrigued
Don't
by
get me
this.
don't get me wrong, boss man. You scare the hell out of me. You are a big dude, but that's a larger dragon. So, in terms of, I don't doubt you could swallow me whole, but he could do it without any issue.
He just kind of, there's like a pause, and it's a very unnerving pause for you before he just kind of says, "You're lucky I like you, Saul."
I'm lucky I like myself too. Some days it's a struggle.
I mean, he just kind of like makes a gesture for everyone to like kind of round back up. Just says, "I'll get my answer about this at some point, either from you or I'll talk to him later."
If you want me to be frank with you, I don't fully understand it myself, I've seen it. It's terrifying. I don't know what more you want me to say. I don't. I do law, all right? You give me paper, I go in a courtroom, I get people out of there. You tell me the guy that works at a rehab center for, or not really a rehab center, but for like a welcome center for the city can also, casually turn into a giant dragon. I don't know what's going on there. Your guess is as good as mine. If you do bring it up, though, you didn't hear it from me. Even though I
Kind
did just say it out loud.
of. Just kind of shrugs. He just like, I won't bring it up, but he probably already knows. If it is him. And he's just gonna walk off.
Yeah. Oh, can I go check the robot?
Yes.
Give me a roll. I'll roll an investigation.
Yes, roll
I got an 8.
investigation.
Not very good.
You got an 8. Okay. Here's what you can tell about this robot. It is totaled. You know you can't fix this. At least you don't have the capability of fixing this. You can tell looking at the hull of it and the insides. Bite marks and claw marks. That's what destroyed it. You can also tell this thing had been loaded with explosive ordnance. Hence why you heard multiple loud explosions instead of just gunshots.
Is there a computer chip or anything controlling it that I may be able to salvage?
There is a partially destroyed motherboard that you can see. It looks to have taken a bite out of it. Because it was attached to the power supply. Um, you would also be able to notice, all of the parts on the inside of this all have a Castech logo on them. This entire thing is manufactured by Castech. You can tell that much.
Hey, guys, we got more explosives here if we want them.
2 or 3 of the guys come over and kind of like look through it and are kind of like give you a nod. One of them just like, we'll see what we can do with these. Just kind of, they're just very carefully trying to unload them out of this machine.
Yeah, trying to like not. I'm gonna back up while they do that.
Yeah, not detonate anything.
I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna be here for that.
You hear one of them just go, wonder how sensitive these are. The other one's like, we're not trying anything. It's a terrible
Yeah, I
idea.
want to try that.
And just like, you just hear, all right.
Oh, damn it! I wanted to make it go boom.
You go and, rejoin the others back at the warehouse. You see now, like, people are loading stuff into the trucks now, seeming to prepare for this. And you also notice there's like 2 other trucks that like pull up.
I
More
pull
people.
up.
Yeah, more people kind of coming out from these trucks or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Lumac. The day is kind of coming to an end. Not much else is really, going on. You do encounter, Ryan again in one of the hallways who kind of, as he passes by you, just kind of
I'm gonna
gives
go
like
grab
another
a donut.
fat ass.
You just shut up.
uh, he kind of gives you another nod as he like passes by. You haven't seen Algeron since you knocked him out. You haven't seen Simeon since you knocked out Algeron. You do notice, I think getting to like the second floor where there's the kind of like kitchen area and this almost like The space is kind of set up like a food court. You do see there's a TV that's set up in here now. Um, you can see Seal and Gabe are both. Or no, just Seal. Gabe's not in here. Seal is has it on. She seems to be working like she's middle of cooking something, but is kind of watching this TV as she's cooking. You also notice Willow, the Avik, is sitting in the room as well. Just kind of, she has a book in front of her, but seems more fixated on the TV as it's kind of different news anchors and stuff talking about the event that's supposed to happen tonight. Their expectations for things, most of which are fairly negative. There's a few positive things about like what this might entail in the end, but most of it is a lot of chastising and insulting of Casimia, as most people in this town don't like him. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what you want to try to do, but those are the things you're kind of noticing.
Cool. What time is it now?
By this point, it's around 5:30 ish. It's getting close to the starting point of this entire thing. He's probably going to be speaking around 6 ish as the sun is beginning to set and things are going to start getting darker.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and start heading towards the. It's in front of the Caztech building, right?
Yes, it is in front of Kaztech.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading over there.
Okay, roll me and evaluate the scene while you walk over there.
What's that?
With instinct.
Winstinct.
Winstinct.
That's a 5.
It's a 5. Yeah, you don't notice much. You're kind of just haphazardly just kind of walking. There's one point you nearly get hit by a car. You just hear like the screeching tires and feel it like clip your tail as you just keep walking.
I'm walking in.
Hear someone just like shouting outside the car window. You just get out the fucking road. Shit like that. And you arrive at the Castec building. Or you arrive, within eye view of it. You can see there's the street itself. There is a lot of people on the street right now. You can see there is also a couple of kind of food vendors kind of have brought their stuff out and have set up. There's people that have set up little like this has been turned into an opportunity to make money off of Casimia. Like people have come out here to like set up. It almost turned into like a festival, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people on this street and the streets kind of adjacent to it. This area is very busy at the moment. A little hard to like see, exactly what's going on, but
Can I do another evaluate the scene to see if I notice anyone here?
sure. I'll give you another one. I'll give you a second chance.
10.
A 10, because we're not doing the questions anymore. Okay, looking around, you would notice. You don't notice like anyone that you've specifically spoken with. You do notice, however, and because you have met them, you do see kind of off in an alleyway. You see Lilith standing in an alleyway speaking with someone. You do see I completely forgot to. Saul wasn't at the house. He was at the at his office. That's where he would have woken up, but it's whatever. You do see Snake Tongue, who you have spoken with before, or at least seen. You see him sitting. You see him up on one of the rooftops, kind of sitting on the ledge, kind of just like looking down on the street further down the road. You also notice on a different roof, kind of a little more hidden. Actually, you notice not a roof. It'd be an upper story window of one of the buildings. You would notice someone is sitting up in there in the dark. It's really hard to see them considering they are also dressed in a very like dark robe. You can see that there's a rifle leaning against the wall next to them. And they seem to just be watching. They seem to be very fixated on the stage set up in front of Castek.
Okay.
Beyond that, you just see people enjoying themselves. No one of like any particular interest to you other than the ones I named. The rest seem to just be common folk moving around. Actually, scratch it. There is one more person that you do recognize from when you guys went to Kilstra, the healer. You do notice the werewolf that was hanging around her shop is kind of moving through the street as well, kind of being very vigilant and seems to almost be looking for something or someone.
Mhm. I remember all these people you just said.
Yeah, I know.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Damn, if only I had Saul's DNA.
Huh?
There's a reason.
We're not gonna overlook that though. That's
I just wish I had your man juice, you know.
whoa. All right, you
talk
gotta
to-
take
you-
me out to dinner
you could
first
talk to
before we get
Lilith.
to that point.
He talked to Lilith. They had a fling last night.
Oh,
Which isn't-
dude, I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
I did too.
That.
I want to reference that real quick because now you're back. When you would have woken up at your office, because you would have to go from your office to the manor. That's why you would have been up early. Your office space looked to have been cleaner than it was, but you would also notice that there's a couple things that were missing.
It's fine. I'm about to die today.
I'm about to die today. It's fine. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, those are the people you saw.
I thought she
Okay.
liked it. Wait. I got a 10.
No, that's not saying she didn't like it. She just took stuff when she was done. You fell asleep, she left.
Nothing of importance. I'm assuming nothing like. Actually, I didn't keep anything crazy important in my office. I kept it in the office at the house.
It
Huh.
would have just been like whatever files she could find that she could use in some way.
Yeah, it would just be like random paperwork.
Pretty
Probably
much.
like just a lot of business cards.
Yeah. That's
Should better
pretty
take a
much it.
business card.
It's just like you have folders that were there that are no longer there.
I'm gonna roll to see if I remember them. I got a 5. I don't give a fuck.
I don't remember shit.
I don't remember it. Ain't important.
Okay, but yeah, back to Lumac. Yeah,
Of
so
course,
that
of course.
those are the people that you notice.
So this is like a big crowd standing around in front of this stage area.
Yes.
Yeah, you should bomb it.
Stop it.
Call for your Lord and Savior. Let me hear it. Allah Akbar.
Stop it.
Are we allowed to say that on stream?
It's not a bad phrase.
late
It
to
literally
find out now.
means it literally just means I think glory to God or something like that.
It does. That's all it means.
Yeah. It has a bad context because of the people that use it, but it is just a phrase.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean the people?
The scary terror people.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Just because I'm not gonna finish that.
Stop it!
sentence.
Stop it! Bad. You're bad. Stop it.
Stop!
You're
Stop!
stop. Stop it. Fuck you.
Going to hell.
Anywho, yeah. So Lumac, what are you doing?
Yeah, Lumac, what are you doing? What are you doing, step bro?
Shut the
I
fuck
mean,
up.
I guess I'm just kind of trying like get closer to the stage, not like right in front of it, kind of like I'm not. I'm getting
You
close,
kissing
but
the
not too close to the
guardrail?
stage. No, not
Yeah,
that close. We're not that intimate yet.
Oh,
we ain't that intimate.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out on Sniper McCringe over there.
Sniper
see if-
McCringe. Never had anyone call that character that.
To keep an eye on, see whenever he starts moving.
Okay. Simple enough. Good things all around. Part of me thinks that Alec isn't going to show up. I-
oh, gee, I wonder what gave that away.
the fact that he was like, oh, 10, 20 minutes and he's offline again. Yes. Anywho, his character would have been fun to have here, but I wanted to end the campaign. On that note, though, okay, we'll cut into the good stuff now. So we'll jump back to Saw real quick. Saw around 5:45, almost like just before 6. The boss starts calling for people to get in the car, the trucks and everything. People start loading back up. Obviously, you do the same. And a lot of you start heading into town. For specifically the boy who's already there, the boy who lived come to die. No.
The boy who lives come to die. You better get different. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, continue.
that was wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, bro. I
You
realized last night playing Fortnite that it is the perfect game for autistic people and children, just due to the amount of little shit going on. Like, it's like, oh, it's a battle royale, but there's
Arma's
also
perfect
bright
for the first
colors
group of people
and
you mentioned. So
autistic people. Yeah, but like autistic children, Fortnite's the best.
yes, but anywhom, um, you all start driving into town, Lumac, around the same time. You notice the one you were focused on does begin to move. You see him, pick up his rifle kind of away from the window. You can see like
Oh,
there's a little platform set up that he pulls a bipod out for this rifle, places it down, and seems to like scope in just as Casimir comes walking out of the front of Castech, a security detail around him. Nobody says anything. People kind of begin, the crowd kind of hushes a little bit. Everyone kind of focuses on him as he climbs up onto the stage. Gets up to like this little podium that's set up there, begins to, do his little speech about the start, welcomes everyone here and thanks everyone for coming, things like that, stereotypical like speech. and you can see the individual in the window as this is occurring. He's just focused on Casimir, but he's not. He doesn't seem to be shooting. He just seems to be watching for a minute. Kind of letting. Oh, he almost seems to be letting Casimir talk. Before as it's kind of going, you know, explaining like his desire for the city, all this other stuff, things that you can even tell this. Like some people wouldn't be able to tell, but Lumac you'd be able to tell just by knowing Casimir and what he's done. It's a bunch of hogwash, is what he's just preaching right now. And then Casimir kind of stops and kind of mentions that there is bad news that he has discovered. And then he says unfortunately for this city, he says we have found a virus in the water. You see a bunch of people, like the whole crowd just hushes and goes quiet. And he says as he kind of like says this too, you see like a screen that's kind of behind him. He kind of gestures to it and it kind of springs to life. He says like kind of starts explaining like this disease causes people to go feral and things like that. And the moment he mentions this and shows a video of a feral canis attacking and killing an Avik, people in the street start freaking out. And as this begins to happen, you see the individual in the window fires a shot at Casimir, hitting Casimir not square in the chest, but kind of like a little to the left of the heart. Casimir kind of stumbles back from the shot a little bit, looks straight at the individual who shot at him, and then is going to turn around and walk towards the building.
Sure, I'm gonna hit him with a strangulo before he leaves.
Can I hit
Okay.
him with testicular torsion for
You don't have that.
500?
No. Roll that dice.
Arcane. What's my arcane?
Did you say 4K?
I'm one-handing this. This is so hard.
What do you mean you're one-handing this?
I got a piece of pizza in my other hand.
Bro, he's so hard.
I'm
Holy
blind.
shit,
I'm
the
blind. I'm
prodigal
so
son.
blind.
The prodigal son.
He's
Took you long
retarded.
enough.
Look, man.
About damn time, fool.
You goddamn
That's
right.
that is a 10.
That's a 10. You get two of the
Okay.
effects.
Um,
I know you want to do Strangulo.
Bro, he gets testicular torsion, but I don't.
This one causes you to suffocate, not have your balls twisted up.
I think your balls being twisted would cause you to suffocate to some extent.
Infectus.
Infectus.
Whoa.
That's a gross one. Okay. Um you whisper these words. You see Casimir like walking towards the building, and you see as he kind of like he seems to like stutter step for a moment, and he looks in your general direction. Doesn't necessarily look at you, but you do see as he kind of turns. One, he's clenching his jaw. Two, you do see one or two beetles kind of crawl out of his nose. And he's just gonna
Fantastic.
keep walking into the building. And kind of disappears out of sight.
That's hot.
We'll jump to Cade real quick, who would have been left at the mansion when the rest of the mob kind of walked off.
Before you start, let me just give you a little heads up. In just under 19 minutes, I'm gonna have to go grab my laundry. FYI. All right, continue.
You are in the mansion. You would have gotten up later than the others. You would notice that the mansion seems to have been emptied, as in, like, all the people that live here vacated because they went to go do something.
Wow, always leaving old Cade.
You would notice
These
there's only
days.
one of them that's there still, and he is resting on a couch and seems very weak. And it's the one that you saw that was feral days before.
Did we level up, by the way? Since last time?
No.
Shit.
I don't think so.
I was hoping I could have control over Ferrix by the end. That's unfortunate.
No. But yeah, you see there's one left that's just he's laying on the couch of this common area with the TV on, and you can see kind of news reports of just like what's going, like the whole speech Casimir is supposed to give today and everything else. What were you going to do from that point? Because it would have been like in the afternoon when you'd go.
You said I see Casimir giving a speech on the TV.
No, they're talking about it. He hasn't
Oh.
started it yet. You know that's supposed to happen at 6.
What time is it now?
When you see this, because of how late you would have come down, it probably would have been about the like beginning of the afternoon. Because you would have.
I got
taken
time.
the time.
Yeah, I got time.
I
Gazoon tight.
got
Fuck was that? He's
He's
got Yahtzee. He has Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Don't worry, Evan.
Baby.
I know what you really said. All right.
Fetus deletus.
I don't have a fetus.
Well, you should find one.
What a shame.
What?
Shame. Your balls. They're gone.
My balls was hot.
Father, help.
Father, help!
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna ask that man, where did Saul go? And Dutchman.
He kind of looks up at you and looks a little confused and says, "Who are you?"
That is not the question that I asked.
He just kind of blinks a little bit and kind of stares at you for a moment and just says, "They're with the boss
Where's that?
down by the docks."
Appreciate it.
Wouldn't you like to know whether
Here we go.
boys?
Just walk
Yeah.
out the. You just walk out. Okay, yeah. You just walk out, and he just kind of stares at you, just like super confused.
Man loses memory. What?
No,
just-
there's a reason.
He just doesn't recognize you. Plus, he doesn't remember anything from the past few days.
Mm,
He's been in the room feraled up.
mm. Oh yeah, you said he's feral. Or
He was feral, yeah. Okay, you walk
I've
down to the
been there.
docks. You would as you kind of go down to the docks, you would see it wouldn't take you long. It'd take you, probably an hour or so to get down there. You would find the rest of the mob kind of all gathered around this one warehouse, kind of going in and out of it, all like getting weapons and everything ready. I'd say by this point, Saw, you would be kind of standing off to the side. This would be just before you would all be leaving to go into town. But Saw, you would see Cade wandering towards you. Discord didn't die, did it?
Just gonna give him
Okay.
a little peace sign as I'm walking towards him.
Saw.
Sorry, what's up?
Cade's walking towards you. It's just
Kate's
before you would
walking-
have
I thought
left.
We already left.
No, no, no. I'm going back to just before you left. Because we didn't really go into detail on what happened. So Cade's coming towards you. I have to go backwards.
Hey, welcome.
What
Get
up?
in the car.
Okay.
Can I grab the nearest gun? Are we at the warehouse or we're going to the
You're
warehouse?
still at the warehouse.
I'm gonna grab the nearest gun. You pick. Just throw it to him with some clips. Sorry,
It
mags.
yes, we don't say clips here.
This motherfucker.
We talk about weapons like they're supposed to be talked about and use the actual terms.
But yet he
you
calls Saul Saw.
So what you're saying is I should call them late-term abortion machines?
stop it. You'd pick up attack 708, and toss it to him.
There you go.
Ayo,
There's a +3 piercing.
ayo.
Have fun. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Get in the car.
Immediately shoot self in the foot.
Last time I checked, have the most confirmed hits with a gun in the party, but you go off, I guess.
I'm gonna lick one of my business cards and stick it to his forehead.
I'm
There
gonna
you
just
go.
I'm
I don't
gonna
have
just
a gold star, but that's the closest thing I have.
I would have preferred the gold star.
Well, too bad. Go ask your daddy for one. We're about to put a bullet in his head.
You
Well,
see a
then go
couple
stick
of those.
this to his head so I have a target. A bullseye.
See a couple of the mobsters kind of chuckling at this as they're just kind of watching.
Good. I'm glad they enjoy it.
And then this is the point that the boss just kind of tells everyone to load up. The two of you get into one of the trucks. Now we go back to Jared's thing. Casimir has walked out of sight. Now that you kind of look around, you do begin to notice around you in the streets there is a decent number of people, probably out of the hundred or the hundreds of people that are out here, probably about 30 of them in total look to be going feral. Due to
What
the
is
virus.
going on?
As for the rest of you, as you guys are driving, you would hear a singular gunshot. As you turn a corner and see a very panicked crowd of people rushing around, in which the boss will immediately just tell everyone get out of the cars, and he is going to get out himself with a rifle in hand.
All right, so what is the policy on the other guy here?
What? Huh? What do you mean?
You know, the other guy, the hairy one.
I'm gonna like one eye blink after another.
It's like the third time you've done this. How do you resurrect people? And I thought you were a good lawyer. Aren't you supposed to be smart?
Oh, you're talking about your guy.
Talking about your guy.
I want to make a roll because Saul is chaotic. I'm gonna look at Boss Man first and go, what's our policy on collateral?
Oh wait, hold on. Where exactly are we?
You
We're in
are
the middle
you
of
are
this.
down the road from Kaztech in a busy street. There are people running around freaking out right now.
Oh yeah, never mind. Scratch that.
I'm
Belay
already
that
asking.
order. Belay that order.
I'm asking Boss Man, what's Boss Man's call for collateral?
He just kind of looks to you and just says,
Do you have a mask?
"The goal is to not, but we've never been against hurting a few people in order to get something done."
Well, good thing that I have enough control where I can force it not to harm those I wish it not to. But do you have a mask? Of any kind.
I'm gonna just stick more business cards to your face and turn back and just civilians knock out anyone else in Kaztech. End them? Yes?
Where's Dutchman?
Yeah. Uh, I'm thinking of Dutchman as you guys are having this conversation, and people are going, feral in the streets, and people are freaking out. You would hear a roar from above, as the white dragon you saw earlier descends down onto the street and lands in an area where there isn't anyone at the moment.
I'm gonna turn to Cade and using command, go, listen up, my little schizophrenic friend. Have you ever played the mission of Terminal? I rolled
I
a
don't want to
1,
answer
so
that.
I'm leaning into the chaos side. So you're gonna do that to all of the Castech employees. You got that? And I'm gonna like slap his cheek to send the command.
I want to resist that.
um,
I don't
roll.
think there is a role for that.
Do you roll something for that, or is it just the contract you have?
He's under contract. It's the initial role.
Roll an instincts roll,
Me?
Cade. Yes, because I want to see something.
What's my instinct? I got an 8.
The big guy
I like
downstairs
that.
wants to come out, and he's fighting. Um, Cade, you are in intense amount of pain because you are struggling to not transform. You are arched over at the moment, and kind of somewhere in between Ferrix and Cade at the moment.
With the mask of cards, right? On.
They're kind of falling off due to the fur growing on your face.
Where am I still in the car? Because I don't think I ever got out.
You're still in the car. Yeah, you guys never got out.
What does a command entail?
He wants you to transform and kill everyone in Kaztech.
No, specifically.
No,
command.
I never said transform. I just gave him the hey terminal mission. Do that to Kaztech.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
up to
So
his transgression.
right now, your boy wants to come out because he heard this order and was like, "Oh hell yeah, this is what I've been waiting for." But you're fighting it.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
I will say you do eventually overcome it. The issue now is he is hungry and he wants to play.
I have an slightly unrelated question.
Yes.
So where is it? Let loose the chaos, right?
Yes.
So that gives me a point of experience whenever that happens, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Does that count when it forces itself out the other times?
No.
Damn. I'm trying to find any reason to get that one more level up.
It won't happen this session.
Isn't this the last session?
Yes.
Exactly.
Bruh.
But
To be fair,
What
I
do you-
handed you a gun, told you to go sicko mode, and the 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 little inner voice in you is like, hell yeah, it's showtime.
Well, technically, I have control on who it kills, so.
just think of the
I'm gonna have to tip the table.
You
Russian
control
badger
me,
meme
not him.
of him of Grizzy yelling, "Let's fucking go." That's all it is.
No. It's the Joe Rogan doing like the snarl like scream thing. Where's the? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. No, I do not.
No, I do not.
It's
Hold up,
not.
I'm gonna
This
send
is
it.
not my.
Hey,
my
you wearing a jacket
vocabulary.
right now?
No.
Not you. Saul.
It's a very odd question.
Probably.
All right, give me your jacket.
Why?
So that I can wrap it around my face and my face won't be seen.
I just stuck cards to your face.
That shit's coming off. Give me your jacket.
Yeah.
Nah,
A lot of it came off because he started growing fur because he started transforming and then he went back.
Dog, just get in there. Go do your
Give
stuff.
me
I'm
your
getting out of the
jacket.
car. I'm getting out of the car.
I
I'm
want to
going in
grab
there.
his jacket and kind of try to rip it off with my partly transforming, I assume, arm.
Oh no, you by this point you would have fought it off and
Oh, okay, then never
suppressed
mind.
it.
I want to grab
but-
the jacket. Say, give me the damn jacket.
No, fuck you. This is my nice jacket. Get away.
Get away. I'm still holding on to the jacket.
I'm giving you a command. Let go of the jacket. The first couple seconds of that clip.
What
That's
clip?
Ferrex. I just sent it.
Anywho, you guys resolve this. You can try to roll something or something, but I'm gonna let you two resolve
I-
this.
I'm walking out of the car. I gave him the command. I don't think that conflicts with too much of his morals, so I'm getting out of the car.
What
Yeah.
class are you?
What do
Witch
you mean,
doctor.
summoner?
No, summoner. Sorry, witch doctor is different one. Summoner. Bruh.
Bruh.
This man really metagaming.
True. I'm trying to make
Trying
sure
to.
that it's possible. Where the fuck is
It's
Summoner? I don't see Summoner on here.
Summer. Do you want me to read off the command? So, under contract, you can attempt to lock another creature into a magical contract of which they are bound and must obey you. Technically, it shouldn't be a roll. The initial roll was there. To do this, the creature must be restrained, which you were, for the duration of this contract is casted. If attempting this against a player or creature
Huh.
to reduce their modifier using instinct, and then you
Summoner's
roll.
not
And then
on there for some reason.
once the contract, it's just not highlighted. It's I can tell you exactly where it is. It is.
Oh, I found it. It's just not under.
sorcerer.
I don't know why it's not. Oh, because it's set to subtitle. That's weird.
Or sorry, not under sorcerer. Spirit walker.
There, I fixed it.
But yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the two of you get out of the car though. Chaos happening in the streets.
In a freak in the sheets. Let's go, baby.
Lumac, you would notice this giant white dragon landing about 100 feet from you before it with a couple of these feral individuals breathes out a icy breath, not towards you but towards them, and you watch as it actually entraps them within sort of a icy prison type deal, kind of freezing them in place, not killing them, just not letting them go anywhere. Um,
Do
there
I
anything
know
you
that dragon's Dutchman?
you've never
I
seen
don't
him?
think
You've never seen him transform, so no, you wouldn't know it's Dutchman. You would just see this white dragon and just be like, "Oh fuck, there be dragons in this town."
Cool. I'm gonna walk the other way.
I'm just picturing you just like pivot on your heel and then just walk off.
I'm gonna bounce on your. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me go grab my laundry.
You would see also as you kind of walk off, you would see the individual who fired the shot has repelled out of the window, and seems to be kind of moving through an alleyway at the moment, um, looking a slight bit injured as they are moving along. The rest of you who are watching this chaos unfold, um, what are you guys doing at the moment? And you would see Lumac kind of making his way down the street towards you guys without realizing he's coming towards you.
I'm just gonna yell, "Hey, Lumac!" And then, is there like any feral person charging?
Yes, actually, you would see as you kind of call out. There's probably about 5 or 6 in the street that seem to they were chasing people. One of them was feeding on someone, but upon you shouting, they seem to look in your direction. One of which looks specifically at Lumac. Two are Canis. Two are werewolves. One is in their feral form. One is a Canis. There is an Avic, and there is a Dragonoid. Do with that information with how you please.
If any of them start rushing me, I'm gonna do it's not really an ability that's in here, but I was gonna do a quick draw with the Magnum, Clint Eastwood style. Put one in the kneecap and one in the chest to kill it, hopefully. And then I was gonna turn that sucker.
Okay. Roll a let's fight roll.
I got an 8 and an 8. I got 2 8s.
Okay. You fire both of these shots. Are you picking one target to do this to, or
The closest one to me or the one that is coming towards me? Just 1, 2, and then
both of the werewolves, the Dragonoid and the Avic, are coming towards you. The Canis is going towards Lumac.
Oh. I don't think I have. Oh wait, I haven't even leveled up my character. I put it to 5. I haven't put shit in yet. I don't have anything that would be useful in this moment though.
But which one are you shooting? The closest one to you is probably one of the werewolves.
Yeah, I'll shoot the werewolf with that.
Okay, how much damage does that gun do?
That's 4.
Okay, yeah, that werewolf drops. Kate, are you gonna try to do anything in this time? I'm giving you all the chance to make actions before you get attacked.
Just watch Saul go. Oh, Cade went to go do his laundry. Plot reason. Command. I'd tell him to go take on the other werewolf.
Roll me the 2d6 for him, and I'll tell you what you got.
Fuck. He doesn't even need any modifier. That was a 12. That was beautiful.
Okay,
Dude, that was a 12 and 11 without any modifiers.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah,
I'll screenshot that right now.
He shoots down the other werewolf. Easy enough. 2 shots. One to the head, one to the chest.
Would he
Easy
be able
stuff.
to do double damage on one and hit the other guy? The third?
He
that's
could
coming
do
with the other?
so. It would require 2 shots to kill one of them. The double damage isn't going to help with the gun he has.
Okay. Okay.
Just because
that
it doesn't do enough damage. Lumac, do you want to try to do anything as you notice the deep growling coming behind you?
Oh, I notice it. Good.
Yes.
You hear the
yell, you see them start you see them start shooting, and you just look and go, oh fuck, there's a Canis coming towards me.
I wonder what they're shooting at.
Uh-oh, I'm in danger.
If it's running towards me, I'm gonna hit it with the Dormio.
Roll that check.
Grab his dick and twist
I've
it.
instead decided to run.
Huh?
I got a 6. It didn't work.
You got a 6. Yeah, the hex hits it, and it seems unfazed and is still charging. You get one more attempt before it does something to you.
Oh, another F. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I got a 12.
You got a 12. As it gets to range to be able to lunge on you, you hit it, and it drops and slides to your feet. And it's just sound asleep.
All part of the plan.
All a part of the plan. Okay. The mob seems to be dealing with other people. They don't seem to be noticing the rest of you getting attacked. Saw Dragonoid and the
Me.
Avik are after you. Um,
I thought it was only 3 that were pivoting.
no, 4 went towards you. 1 went towards Lumek. You shouted and drew their attention.
Spicy. Well, I'm raising the werewolf.
Okay, running forward and doing that. Roll the check for me. You are exposing yourself to danger doing this, but
That's fine. Where's my faith right now? Pretty goddamn good. Jesus Christ. I got a 9.
a 9. Okay, yeah, you raise it. Nothing special. You just raise it.
I just wanted to cover.
Yeah. The Dragonoid is going to bite you. You take 3 piercing from that. And the Avik is going to slash you. Which is... Where's the talents? Where is it? 2 points of slashing. So you take 5 points of slashing total. As
Alright.
you are bitten and slashed. How long does laundry take?
He's having to go outside of his dorm, so who knows? I don't know. 2 more shots. Preferably the kneecaps. Not trying to kill everyone here.
Okay. You have 2 guns, or is it just 1?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I got 2.
Are
I
you
was
using
talking
both at
about
the same
him.
time? Oh, at him, yeah. He can roll 1 shot. It's not 2 at a time, it's 1. So you can roll 1 of them. Because he's going to get attacked probably 2 because he's close enough.
Just gonna. I got my Magnum, my trusty, yeah. Put the animals down. I'm just gonna.
Roll the check for him to attack.
All right, that's no modifier again. That is an 8. I don't know what he has for strength.
He's got a
and then
+1, so I
my
got a
shot,
9. So
My
he's
shot,
going
I got a 7. Holy shit.
a 7.
Yeah, I think
Are
that
you
hits.
are you both shooting the same target or 2 different targets?
Same target.
Okay, both shooting the Dragonoid. I'm gonna just pick one. Okay.
Alright.
You both hit it. It's still standing. It's still up on his feet. It is hurt.
Bastard.
The Avik immediately turns to him though and attacks Cade. It is going to bite Cade. You know what? I don't have any dice up, but I'm gonna do it. Get my dice up. I usually don't need the dice, but I need it for this one. That's the wrong dice. I'm gonna use my metal ones for this. I've got to roll them yet. My blood-stained dragon dice. 3. Okay. You see him struggling. You see as the bite happens, you see the veins around the bite for a second turn a dark purple before they kind of go back to their normal state. And you do see one of his eyes turn a bright yellow for a moment before going back to normal.
Arcade.
Yes.
I guess I'd shout over to Boss Man. Are there any more infected in range that are gonna then get more pissed?
You see that the rest of the mob seems to be dealing with others. They don't seem to notice you, but you realize there are gunshots around you, and there's people getting like clubbing feral individuals right now. When I said there's chaos in the streets, There's chaos in the streets.
I'm gonna yell over. I'm gonna just go, boss, don't let them bite you. You'll get infected.
He kind of you notice he like turns to you and like gives you a nod, and as he's kind of turned, like you see like a werewolf kind of lunge towards him, and his tail just kind of whips and just smacks it away.
I returned it.
You've returned it. Cool.
You're infected.
No, well,
What?
you got bitten and fought whatever happened when you got bitten. But
When did I get out of the car?
he commanded you to.
baby.
He's been
Bro,
commanding you to do
alright, hold
things.
on. Let's get
so.
back to that. Is it a week or a month?
You're at a month.
Because, like, bruh. I'm not going to be playing this session where I have 2 enemies.
I'm not an enemy. You went to go do laundry. I figured this is the
No,
the
he was.
easiest way
We were
to
we were
not
doing
retcon
this.
You just standing there, Sim style, just da-na-na-na, waiting while everyone's getting shot. All
It was
you've
only.
done
It
is
was.
just
It was.
shoot people.
Yeah. It was only one round. You killed the target. So.
Yeah, that's it. You didn't go
Um.
feral. You used a gun.
You got bit by an Avic, and currently Saw is getting attacked by a Dragonoid. And Lumac knocked out a Canis. So. Lumac, though, what would you like to do? You see the other two getting attacked.
If I get hit another one with the Dormio.
All right. Roll that check.
7.
The Avic drops unconscious. Saw you can make an attempt to kill the Dragonoid.
Is
The Dragonoid's the one
Can I
you
attempt
shot.
Can I attempt to knock it out by just hitting it over the head with the gun? Would that work?
Do a let's fight roll. Depending on what you do, depending on what you roll will depend on if it will knock him out or not.
I got a 10, and I'm cracking him in the soft spot
Yeah,
of the head like he's a little
it's
toddler.
right between the eyes. Just perfect hit, knocks him unconscious.
All right.
It drops in front of you. Around this point, the rest of you notice, because the street's kind of cleared out a bit as people are running around panicking. You would see down the road, you heard gunshots coming from behind you. You then heard them coming from in front of you, and saw you saw kind of the aftermath of this situation. Of after you did your little fight, looking up, you see Dutchman crouching over a number of destroyed sentinels, picking up one of their rifles and pretty much running into the Castech building.
How many civilians are around?
Quite a few. They're not paying attention to you, but there's a number. There was, so when this whole thing started, there was a couple hundred people on this road by itself. There's probably now less than that because people have scattered.
Or been cut down.
Or been cut down, yes.
Is it a clear path to the building? To enter the building?
You could run straight there. You may run into an infected, but you could run straight there.
What's Ferrex's policy on infections?
Like getting infected or
Yes.
infected people?
Getting infected.
He's never shown a interest in the infection. He hasn't shown a interest in the infection.
I mean, if we were to get infected, like, what would literally happen? Would it be fought off? Would I act exactly like everyone else? Like,
your fear.
Have I gotten
just got
sick
bit.
before?
Yeah, your fear.
Have I gotten sick before, like with a cold?
Rarely.
My first question.
Very, very rarely. But you would know with this, you had the same fear probably Ryan would have had, because you know Ryan's affliction. of if you get infected, would you lose yourself because of the infection?
But I just got infected, didn't I?
You got bitten, but you fought it off. You don't know if it would have done anything to you or not. But you didn't go feral like most people do, and they seem to. And you don't know if the bites actually do anything. You just know that you felt something for a moment, and you don't know if it's the stress because a lot of people have turned because of stress, or if it was the bite itself that almost made you turn.
Is there any magic to the infection? Do we know?
All you know is the infection seems to trigger in someone when they are under extreme stress or an extreme emotional state, essentially.
Can I use Sixth Sense on being bitten? I've used it like once the entire campaign.
Yeah, I need when if we ever run the system again, this thing will be completely reworked. Um, sure, I'll let you use Sixth Sense on it.
Um. All right. What do you want me to roll?
Just roll the evaluate the scene because you're just trying to figure things out.
All right. I got wait, the scene. I rolled a 10, and I either have a +1 or a +2. Regardless, I guess that's a complete success. But
You
I
would
want to go
feel from this, it is not magical
+2
by
is 12.
nature. There is nothing supernatural about this disease. However, you do get the presence of two forces of great power within the Kaztec building.
I assume I can't tell where.
One of them seems to be deeper down. The other one seems to have just gone in, which you know is Dutchman.
All right. How easy would it be to avoid getting bitten if I attempt to run it straight into the building?
You roll evasion, and depending on what you roll for evasion, depends on what happens.
How many people or enemies are in front, like blocking me?
There's no one really blocking you. It's more of like, running through a street in a zombie movie where it's like a zombie suddenly just kind of like turns in your direction and kind of like grabs at you.
Okay. Do I see? Can I have used that evaluate the scene to also see if I see the location of any like people that like civilians? See if they're um like paying attention to my area.
No, you would notice that no one's looking at you. They are looking for a means of escape if they are, you know, not feral right now.
Is there anything on the ground that I can use to cover my face? Also, is there any cameras?
No, not right here.
You're worried about people seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
What do you think's gonna end up happening?
We're gonna kill your dad?
I don't understand how you passed the bar exam.
Your dad dies. Who gives a shit if we get seen?
I'm gonna just ignore him and keep looking for something to cover my face.
Like there's the clothes on the people you either killed or knocked out. That's about the extent.
Will have to do. Obviously, shirt of a male.
What are you,
Okay.
sexist? Yeah,
So
that doesn't
can
work.
I wrap it around my head to, you know, kind of conceal my identity?
Sure.
Epic. So how many people would you say were in between me and the building? Enemies?
There's not exactly a number, but there's looking around, there's probably a good like 20, 30 people that are gone feral.
Okay. Knowing, or at least due to the fact that this is the Castic building, right?
Yes.
Yeah, due to the fact that I have gone into the building and explored it heavily for years, do I know of another entrance?
The back door and the side, like the loading dock door.
I assume it's about the same getting to either of those.
The back door would take more time, but would be out of the way more, and requires some sort of security access. The loading dock, which you can see at the moment, the door is open. Because there's a truck there, you could just get in there.
I'm going that way. I go that way.
Okay. Cade's gonna run that way. Roll me an evade roll. Anyone following him?
Oh yeah, I failed.
What did you
Complete
roll?
failure. What is evade use? It's instinct. I mean, regardless, I'm not gonna pass it, but 5.
Yeah, I'd used instinct.
It's
Okay.
with instinct is 5.
The rest of you see Cade like start running, and is just immediately tackled.
Son of
you have a Canis on top of you trying to bite you. Just like drool and spit just kind of getting thrown on your face as you're like holding him back.
Can I speak to Ferrex real quick?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna go like, all right, work with me, buddy. Okay, we gotta work together here to get in and deal with all this shit. First off, me the DM, why is there zombies everywhere? I don't think we've gone over this for myself.
There was an announcement of there is a virus in the water that is causing people to go feral, and then people freaked out and went feral.
Nice.
Essentially, what has been told is everyone in the city is infected. Anyone can go feral. That's what they were told.
Mm.
And Lord
Fun.
behold, people have gone feral.
Who'd have thought? Not me.
But yes,
All right, is Ferrex respawn?
Lumac and Cade, or Lumac and Saw, you see Cade get tackled and is muttering to himself as he is trying to push
Oh, I have to
this.
speak?
No. Like you are like, I would assume you'd probably be muttering, trying to like get this guy off you while doing this. You do weird things when you're stressed.
I agree.
See, this guy gets him.
Who
Are you
him?
asking if we want to follow him?
Well, you just saw him get attacked by a feral canis. That's now snapping at his face and getting spit and drool all over him.
Dormio.
Roll the check for Dormio.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
The canis falls unconscious on you, Cade.
I'm gonna try to not kill any more people.
How much
It's
does the
not
Canis
necessary
weigh?
right now.
About as much as you do.
Oh, so he's pretty heavy.
Oh, wait, I
Like,
know what I'm gonna do.
You could get him off of you. He wouldn't be like too heavy, but like you could get him off you. It would just take a little effort.
No, I was playing with the idea of taking him with me and then chucking him at an enemy.
That's hot.
Yeah, no, he's too heavy for that. You're not a barbarian.
The other Canis
At least
that
in
I
this
shot,
form.
Yes.
the other one that I shot, I want to drain it.
Okay. If you do that, the blood tastes different. It's odd.
Oh, never mind. I just remembered they're infected. Never mind.
This motherfucker.
God.
I'll make this note. The blood, almost in this with the state that they're in, it's almost sweeter to you. And it's weird.
Wait. What?
The blood tastes
Okay.
sweeter.
So I did bite him though.
You did bite him and you got a taste. And it was like, think of like if you drank like a diabetic's blood.
First question.
Yeah,
How do you
what-
know?
yeah.
Second question,
I don't remember where I heard it, but I heard diabetic's blood is because of
no,
like,
it is.
it is sweeter, which is
Yeah.
weird to me,
Well,
but
it's
that's what I'm
because
thinking
they
of.
have high glucose.
Yes. I think I heard it in a vampire movie. I think that's literally what I heard it in.
That would make a lot
About
of
someone
sense.
talking about their favorite blood type was that of a diabetic.
That's
Hot.
weird.
Oh,
Whoa.
The vampire movie
whoa,
or
indeed.
video or something. I don't know.
A
Anywho,
vampire made you hard? What?
that's not what I said at all. What the
No, I
I
heard
fuck?
thought
that.
that's what you said. Yeah,
No,
that's
I
what
heard
I
it.
No,
heard.
No, I heard it.
I said it
Yeah.
was a
Definitely heard
vampire.
that.
I said it was a
No, no,
vampire
you
movie or
can't take it back.
show.
You can't take it back now.
I'm
It's
hitting you with
stricken
the.
to the records.
I'm hitting you with a horny bat, bro. Fuck off.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Horny baboon go boonk.
No.
Made funny sound. Brain happy.
Bro, Tyler, you know Spicy Boy?
Maybe.
Who is that?
Zach.
Oh yeah.
I have two things you should probably add to your soundboard. It's very funny. They're very funny.
You just said it to me. But
I will.
on the
Google
note,
Drive, I might just send you the link.
you gonna continue making your way towards the door?
You damn right I am.
I'm chucking him this motherfucker off me and running to the door as well.
You're not gonna be able to get him that far.
No,
You made
like
it like
chuck him off me as in like get him off of me so I can get up.
okay, yeah. You
Get
push him off.
me.
You push him off, just kind of drooling everywhere as you do. Like you're covered in drool and spit.
And anger.
In anger.
You slobbery.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Someone
With
use
that-
a
yeah.
better bib.
you continue towards the door though. I'm not making you roll another evade roll because I just wanted to see if you'd fail it, and you did. So I got my humor. You guys get to the doorway, kind of climb up into the loading dock, and kind of make your way into the building. Saw, you smell
Yeah.
blood. You would be the first to smell blood, considering you are acquainted to the smell of blood. The other two of you would be next on smelling just the very thick smell of iron in the air.
Does it smell sweet?
No.
I'm following it.
You guys head out into the hallway, finding a number of dead guards.
I'm
do
giving
I
them
need
the
to go?
zuck. Oh,
Do
I'm
I need to
bringing
go through the hallway to get down to that supernatural sense thing in the basement?
Yes, you can tell that, and I'll make this note too. It is. Think of the scene when the Demogorgon first showed up at the facility in the Stranger Things, where it's like blood everywhere. There's like some of the walls are busted into. Think of that, but instead of people being like ripped to shred with claws and teeth, it's just riddled with bullets. A couple of them have been cut up by claws.
He said busted.
Gonna move right past him and continue to that thing
Okay.
in the basement.
Am I able to get my health back up?
You can slurp some blood from one of the guards. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a slurp. I'm gonna
I-
send my
I haven't
werewolf.
lost any health yet, have I?
You lost. Well, you can't drain it like he can, but you have lost like 3 hit points. You got bitten by an Avic. But you keep pushing forward. You get to that doorway that the lot of you had gone down before when you'd broken in here and found the little experiments Casimir was doing.
Did Ferrix ever respond to me?
About
Very
working with
good,
you.
You're hot.
Yeah.
He is just demanding to be let out and wanting to have his fun.
I won't let you out until you answer
Do it.
with specifics. A specific answer.
One of us.
Remind me
Use
what
your
it was
words.
because a lot has happened.
I don't know. It was just essentially what you thought it was. It was just we need to work together here. Are you willing to work with me? We need to work together to effectively put an end
He
to
pretty much would
this
state
shit.
to you, I think our goals already align. Just let me have my fun.
I agree,
Your
I
version
agree.
of fun is not what's going to happen here. You'll have some of it, but you need to compromise.
You just hear growling in your head.
Otherwise, you'll get none of it.
Is ready for the fun part of this?
I am.
It's getting better. Okay.
I'm coming
Yeah.
down with my Canis.
You go
Kill
you
streak.
the three of you go down into that testing facility. You see Dutchman and Casimir are standing in front of each other. Actually, you would see as this happens, you would see Dutchman swing a punch at Casimir, who, without any issue, catches it and pushes Dutchman backwards. It's like a fight between two very powerful individuals. Before
Real quick as well. Are the infected? Do the infected have increased strength, or it just makes them feral?
it makes them feral. They're not stronger by any means. They have, think of you know the panic strength you get where it's like you're not responding off of your mind's not like thinking about doing damage to itself. It's thinking I just have this one goal and I need to do it.
Mhm.
It's that the adrenaline rush of like that strength, but it's not like they're not stronger in a sense of like we have superhuman strength now. No, they're just it's feral strength is what you would call it.
Gotcha. So strength that I can achieve, essentially. Normally.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yes. It essentially removes the limiters in your mind that prevent you from going all out
Mm-hmm.
and just let you go all out. But yes, as you guys enter the space, you see them exchanging a few words. Dutchman looking very, very pissed off, like full snarl. Is there anything you guys would like to say as you guys enter the space? That you're just on the catwalk, like overlooking this room.
So the same place as the last time.
Yes, you have come back to the scene of the crime.
If we were to continue on the catwalk, would we run into Dutchman or
They're down
Casimir?
on the floor on the opposite end of the room.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm just gonna sprint over.
Okay,
Can
you're
I
gonna.
yell baby man say what?
Okay, Kate is running down the catwalk. Lumac, what are you doing?
What's happening?
You walked in there with them. You see Casimir and Dutchman yell, or they're not yelling, but they are exchanging words after Dutchman tried to punch Casimir in the face. Casimir caught the punch. Kate is running down there, and Saw is throwing insults.
Oh, I'm having my werewolf run down.
Does any of you have anything that'll give me more strength?
No.
Tall order,
Excellent.
but who would have thought?
I know, crazy, right?
Are you just gonna stand up there and just watch, Lumac?
He said Dutchman's fighting Casimir.
Yes.
It's open night. Oh, I do.
Get him with that fallow. It's an 11.
Fallow.
Blind.
Ah, the blinding effect.
And it's an 11, so it's 2 minutes.
Okay. Um, as you do this and you feel the effect kind of take hold. You see Dutchman start, changing. This is the first time you've seen Dutchman go into his form, Lumac. You see Dutchman transforming into the white dragon before you hear a chuckle come from Cassie and Mia. Right as you hit the bottom of the catwalk. No, he's blind. He has the blindness thing.
I pog at Dutchman transforming.
Crocodile Pog. Uh, Cade, as you reach the bottom of the catwalk and turn to sprint towards Casimia, you see Casimia shifting as well.
I mean, shifting.
You know how Dutchman
a
just
furry.
transformed?
You
Casimia's
need to
doing.
repeat that.
You know how Dutchman just transformed?
Yeah,
Casimia starts doing something very similar.
fun.
The only difference being, Casimia's head almost splits into two heads.
Oh man, my goal was to go for the neck. Now there's two of them.
And he also becomes a very large two-headed dragon.
This motherfucker. Now I got 2 targets.
Um,
So does that mean both heads are blind, or is just one? Because they split from the same person, so technically they both came from the same blind person.
you don't know. You're not entirely sure. He's not facing you. You feel the effects are there. You don't know if it's both heads or if it's like split between heads. Where it's like, yeah, my left eye's blind to my left head, my right eye's blind to my right head. You don't know. But what would you guys like to do as this occurs?
I'm still sprinting.
Okay.
I'm popping shots and my werewolf.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
he's
your
running
trinket?
with.
I'm just gonna have the werewolf get ready for plan F.
It's because every other plan has failed up to this point. Okay.
Have grenades for a reason.
Hey, you should have given me the grenades. I could stuff it down the
Nope.
throat, potentially.
Yeah, but you would die.
That's alright.
See, I still care about you, but this random civilian that turned into a feral creature and I killed, I really don't care.
Oh, did you give it the grenades?
I haven't done it yet. They're still in my
Oh.
briefcase.
Well, if it's running, if the undead is running with Cade, you can't really do it now.
Oh no, he was with me.
Oh, you stopped. Okay, he stopped with you. Okay, he's with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
you're firing-
he's with me. I'm firing shots.
Okay, roll a let's fight roll. It's time for me to pull up the stats for this shit.
I got an 8, and I got. Am I allowed to do 2?
It will be a single one for now.
All right, just an 8.
So currently, my running theory on how to kill him is to chop the head off, because he survived getting a building crushed on him. Can he survive being decapitated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You got an 8. The bullet
Yes,
hits plated scales. It does not seem to penetrate.
I cast testicular torsion.
Torsion? Testicular detorsion?
Yeah. What the fuck? Okay. As you fire the shot though, and the bullet ricochets off, you do see both Casimir and Dutchman both wheeled back and both use breath attacks. That portion of the
Oh,
room
it's like Goku.
covered in
I bet-
ice, lightning,
bet-
and fire.
I bet Casimia's is stinky.
You do also notice upon him doing this, a few of the support beams in the room have collapsed.
Oh no. Anyway,
All right. Who wants to make a move next? What do you guys want to do?
I'm still sprinting.
You're still sprinting forward? Okay. You get ever so closer. You are coming up on them. Saw, what are you doing?
Wait, can Ferrix run faster?
Probably.
Can I do some sort of roll to see if we can seamlessly transition? Like back and forth, I mean. If he'll let me do that. Since I'm clearly the brains
Roll
here.
roll me instinct.
I think the universe wants me to pass this because I rolled both times my favorite number of 5. Plus my instinct, which is +1.
He seems to only agree to yield this once.
This motherfucker, he's not getting out then.
Okay. Yeah, but like
Yeah, but
he'll do this for you and let you go back, but he is pretty much like demanding that when this is done, he gets to come out.
he gets to what? You could
He gets to come out and do what he wants to do.
That's the point of the seamless transition.
Yeah, he's gonna let you do
It's
this,
not
and
going to be
then
one seamless transition.
you have to roll again.
This is what I'm telling him, by the way.
Yeah, you'll have to roll again though. He's always gonna fight against you, regardless of what he says, and you know this
This
about him.
motherfucker. Unless I leveled up one more time. I'm just going to keep running then.
Okay, get a
Can
bit
I
closer.
command him to go to? Just kidding.
Okay, Saw.
Mm,
Roll a fight roll to hit.
I got a 10. Can I please just get a whiff of that Dragusi?
If you double the damage,
Yeah.
you hit a perfect spot that it's just like right between two scales, and you see a bit of blood shoot out as you hit. He doesn't seem to
I
respond to it, but like you do hit him and you do damage. He's bleeding.
I can't do anything other than pop some shots and
I'm gonna
wait
Figure
for
out how to
opportunity.
figure out how he got how he is then.
I'm gonna make another note. The room you're in,
Uh-huh.
it looks like it's starting to collapse a little bit. And Lumac, are you
By a
gonna do
little bit.
anything?
What are we talking about?
Like like the ceiling is cracking and bits and pieces are falling.
Mm. I'll do it.
hit him with ye old Strangulo again.
Okay.
9.
9. Okay, yeah, that he now has Strangulo. Um taking some notes here. And okay. All right. Cade, what would you like to do? You do notice the ceiling is beginning to cave above them. Cade.
Oh, what?
As you are running forward, you do notice the cave, or not cave, the ceiling is beginning to cave in a little bit.
How tall is this two-headed motherfucker?
30 feet tall.
Hmm. How is Ferrex's climbing abilities?
Pretty good.
Okay. I can't really do anything with slash, so. All right. Well, how close am I?
You are close enough to try to attack now.
I'm just gonna transform and attempt to climb this fucking gargantuan bastard with the claws.
Okay.
Well, I guess transform and then he can't fucking. I guess I'll let him do it, but. Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 and just tell me what you get.
Oh. I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay, yeah. Ferox is going to. He gets a hold of the tail of Casimia and begins to tear his way up this tail. And he's able to strike one of the wings, kind of slashing through the thinner material that makes it up, I guess. Kind of tearing up one of these wings so it cannot be used.
Fun.
Um,
Am I on top of it, or how is
you're
the wing
you're
positioned? So he did that.
you're on his back.
Let's go.
Um,
I'm gonna tell him as soon as like he moves at any point that seems like he's about to buck him off, just like, you know,
dig in and
use the
hold on.
claws and dig in. Yeah.
Okay. Saw. Firing another shot. What are you doing?
And how the way out is it collapsing as well?
The cracks are getting towards it.
Would my undead be able to make it to Big Man?
You can certainly try.
I feel like you're gonna fuck this plan over, but I'm not even mad about it. I'm giving the undead
The plan over?
grenades.
But I'm not
I'm
even
giving-
mad about it.
I'm giving it 2 grenades and
Okay.
the command of once it's jumped to go climb inside its fucking mouth to pull the pins.
Okay.
Is it doing that now?
It takes them and is going to run
Yep.
down the steps and towards Casimia. Uh, Lumac. Lumac.
What's happening?
People are making things happen, and the roof is slowly beginning to collapse.
There's a suicide bomber on his way.
Poggers.
Um, yeah.
Where's the roof cracking?
Above the two, very large dragons, and the cracks are coming towards the two of you up on the catwalk, which means this whole entire section looks like it's going to collapse here any minute now.
Oh, I'm gonna start leaving as well once he drops those bombs off, because I already know how this is gonna end.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna run off. Lumet, are you gonna do a spell? You gonna leave? Text message.
So, So this one Hostilia. Does that whoever I hex gets advantage on all their Let's Fight rolls, or do people get advantage on attack rolls against them?
This one is you give a player advantage on their Let's Fight rolls. Yeah, you give it to a player. They get to roll twice on any roll.
Does Dutchman
So-
Dragon count as a player?
No,
Cringe.
because I don't roll anything. I'm just determining when things happen for NPCs. You can give it to Cade or
Man, fuck Cade.
Huh? You're fucking me now?
I
Again?
wish. Damn. Uh. Oh, fine. I'm just gonna hit him with damage.
okay.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Okay. I'm gonna roll. I'm actually gonna roll something for once. Yeah.
I already know how this is gonna. My boy's about to get clapped before he gets there.
Cade, what are you doing at this moment?
Has he tried to buck me off?
No.
Is he sitting still?
Not exactly, but like
Like
he's
ish.
he's fighting Dutchman at the moment.
All right. Did Ferrex dig his claws in the back, or is he still just standing there?
He's kind of just standing there, like keeping balance and stuff.
All right. How close am I to the neck? One of them.
You would have to move up a little bit.
Am I able to do so without falling?
Um, you could if you did a let's fight roll. Let's see what you get.
I got a 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
You struggle a little bit, and you go to. You don't. When you get there, you don't. You don't penetrate the scales. You just kind of slash, kind of just clink off of them.
I didn't try to slash. I was just trying to get there.
No, but like when you get there and like slash, Ferrex automatically just kind of slashes when he gets there.
No, I was going there to kind of dig the claws in so I could begin climbing.
Yeah, it when you tried to do that, you just
Okay.
hit scales. That's oh my god, I just hit my microphone. I'm so sorry, microphone. Hit it with the tip of a pen. That was bad. Yeah, you just kind of it's like a slash. You just kind of it's like hitting like trying to slash through metal with claws. Just
Gotcha.
sparks go up. Um, Lumac, are you leaving or are you sticking around?
I should probably leave.
Yeah, I'm giving you
That's
the
the
opportunity
DM
to.
telling you to
Yeah,
get the
I'm
hell out of
giving
there.
you an opportunity to make the choice before I make the choice for you.
I mean,
You
I
would
could go
see
out like the boy, like Tutter.
the room like beginning to collapse. You can stay in here while it's like getting ready to collapse and try to evade it as it does by getting one more thing in, or you could just leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Okay, so you rush out.
Rush.
Cade.
Did you say my name?
Roll me an evade roll.
What if I don't want to do that?
You automatically fail the roll.
Well, lucky for me, what was Evades again? Instinct?
Yes.
Lucky for me, I got a 10.
Can
You
I
manage.
roll?
You in the moment. You both you and Ferrex both notice. Hey, this place is collapsing, and decide to use Cassiamia as a shield, kind of disbanding from his back and landing underneath him, and almost letting all of the rubble hit him instead of you.
That's funny.
But yes, the building
Can I-
collapses, or
Like
the inside
usual,
collapses.
Ferrex's instincts impeccable. Ferrex's and Cade's.
Can
Dare
I
I say?
roll for my undead? And does he get my faith bonus?
Sure. I'll let it happen this once.
I'll let you roll if you want. It has a +3 to faith.
Well, shit.
Telling me?
No, I'm rolling. I just rolled.
Okay, because I
I
was
let
like,
the DM roll. So
mm.
I can't bullshit. There you go. I'm sorry, dude. I'm playing Starfield and there's a shirtless dude sweeping the ground in an office.
Yo, I'm still trying to finish Baldur's Gate. I played Starfield for a little bit. And I'm like, holy
Sorry.
shit, I can't play 2 games at the same
Distraction.
time. Sorry.
So he rolled with that, rolled a 7.
Oh my! Is that enough?
He's not surviving. He can pull the pins and try to throw them. I'm gonna roll another check to see if it would make it. That's bullshit. What the fuck? These dice like you, apparently.
Just
Cade,
one in each mouth. Just
What happened?
it wouldn't be in each mouth. It's just like the explosions hit him. It's not gonna be in his mouth. He's not close enough for that. It's more of like a last ditch effort of like, well, I'm not gonna make it, so I'm just gonna chuck these as far as I can, and he's gonna
pocket
your
sand.
yeah,
Go.
essentially. Um, yeah, he throws them. Cade, you feel like the shockwave of just multiple explosions come from behind Casimir that kind of they don't hit you. You definitely feel the shockwave, and you're like, there's something just blew up really close to me.
Hey yo.
Um, but the two of you that rushed out, the building, as you guys get out, the entire tower collapses.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Sheesh.
You do also notice in the streets, there are more infected individuals that have gone feral that seem to be stuck in a layer of ice, more than what you had seen before when Dutchman had been dispatching them. And as you know, like the dust, shoots out everywhere, and this street is like you can't see anything for a minute. The dust begins to kind of settle down. Uh, you feel a very cold breath hit your back,
Who felt that?
Saw. You're buried in
Oh.
rubble right now.
That's right.
Ah. Is Dutchman? Can I like turn? Is Dutchman
Yeah.
dead?
You turn and look. You see the white wolf standing behind you, just kind of looking at you.
Oh. 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 Oh.
This building is going out.
Whoa. Pause. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
No.
Hold up.
Something ain't right.
Um,
eh, Poppy. Batman's down there. Kick his ass.
Batman's down there. You do recognize there is the eyes match that of Ryan's. Obviously, you know what Ryan's the White Wolf. They don't show aggression. They don't show any sort of feral instinct or anything. They show the same eyes that you see when you see Ryan. Like humanity, I guess is what you describe.
This
What you'd see in
motherfucker
them.
gets to control his thing, but I don't. God damn it!
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Precisely.
As you say that, he wields back his head and lets out a very loud and long howl. As this occurs, you hear rubble shifting from the tower. Cade, you aren't hurt. You feel the rubble. You got kind of pinned down because Casimir did kind of fall a little bit when this rubble hit. So you got kind of
A
pinned
little
between.
bit?
Yeah, yes. You got pinned between him and the ground. You weren't hurt. You were definitely squished, but you weren't hurt.
Am I on my stomach or my back?
You're on your face, like just face pressed into dirt or concrete.
Am I still as Ferrix?
You're still Ferrix, and he's just like struggling against this, but he just couldn't move.
Is it possible for me to, all right, hear me out here, okay? This may sound stupid, but like he transforms, right? And he gets bigger. So when he detransforms, he gets smaller. Is it possible for him to detransform fast enough for me to roll over and then transform back so that I'm on my back? And not
It's
get
Um,
not
crushed?
rolling.
when you got pinned, it wasn't really going to be possible because it was like an instantaneous thing.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Um,
at least I could still.
when
Actually, where are my
when he
arms?
stands up, you would be able to do stuff.
Okay.
So like as the
He's
rubble,
still
no, like
whatever,
the rub.
Hydra.
Yes, he's still the two-headed dragon. Um, as like the dust is settled, the rest of you do see like rubble push up not quite in like an explosion, but there does seem a significant amount of force behind this rubble being thrown up. And you see the two of them kind of rise up from this rubble and start just like slashing at each other.
So I can get up now, right?
Yes, you can get up. You are in
So,
like you are in like the remnants of like the hole that he made with his body.
Is it possible while he stood up, I could stand up fast enough and kind of dig my claws into his underbelly and rise with him?
Roll a let's fight roll.
Yeah, it did not happen.
Okay. Yeah, you go to do it and it's just kind of like you know when like a cat gets angry and tries to swing at something rapidly but like it hits nothing. That's pretty much
Mhm.
it. You just kind of swung at him a bunch and he was already gone by the time that happened. But you see
Are
the two
there
of them fighting each other at the moment. They're both pretty tattered and beaten up, but you do see they are both healing at the same time. Like some of the wounds like start mending and then get reopened as like they get slashed again type thing. Um
at this point, are there any other dead on the ground that I could raise real quick?
yeah, there's a couple. You'd also notice a not too far away. There is a one of the mobsters that worked for the boss or whatever. You do see a dead one. Uh, there is an explosive ordnance sitting next to him. His body.
I'm raising the dead, and he's grabbing the bomb. Let's go, baby.
It's
We're
an
in for round
RPG. That's what
2.
I mean. It's an RPG.
Oh shit! I'm scrawny though.
The guy who
We're
you could
raising
raise
the
is the
dead,
yeah
and he's grabbing the RPG.
the guy who was holding it wasn't scrawny.
Listen, my
Okay.
brain's a little slow.
Yes. Um okay, so you that's what you'll do for your turn is raising him. Lumac, what do you want to do as you see these two feral entities fighting each other?
Ball torture, do it.
Shut the stop.
Grab his dick and twist it. Whoa.
I get. I'm just. I hit him with the strangulo again. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
this
I'm
fight.
not.
No, you're not. All right, I guess you're not. Okay.
Bail it, whack his PP.
I have that one too, but I'm not playing it right now. Okay. Um, as you kind of try to do that, you do see the white wolf spring past both of you, kind of jumping over the two of your heads, and is going to rush into the conflict. Actually jumping onto the back of Casimia and biting down on one of the wings, which Casimia is then going to let out a roar of pain.
Oh, wait, I know what to do. Well, homie's grabbing the RPG.
Yeah,
Bingus bongus. I choose you. Summon Knoll.
there you go. Yeah, that's so you on your turn you'll summon a null.
Yep.
Cade.
Mm.
What would you like to do? You're in the hole still, and you could climb out of it and attack
I just want
your
to do the same
father.
thing that landed me on his back the last time, I guess.
Do the let's fight roll this, or do yeah no no it was the raw 20. Well, not 20, 2d6, and I have a modifier in mind.
6.
You are clinging onto his tail. You don't get very high, but you got your arms like wrapped around part of the tail, and you're like clinging on for dear life. Didn't quite get very far.
Yippee.
And you do see the white wolf on his back, tearing into one of his wings. Now it's your turn, Saw. So Saw, you summon a knoll, who, upon spirit appearing, is going to let out a powerful war cry as it kind of throws both hands to this, or claws to the side. And I would assume you're just commanding it to go and attack.
Yeah, Hulk smash.
So
And Saul is just. Oh wait, I have a shotgun. I'ma take out my briefcase, pull that bitch out, and I'm going in with him.
the Doom music just started playing.
Yeah, but it's Doom guy is the Knoll and I'm Isabel.
Yep. Are you gonna have your boy with the RPG shoot?
Oh yeah,
Roll a let's
I
fight
did.
roll with him. You'll add
I'm just gonna roll 2d6 and then you
yeah,
just tell me.
yeah, I have a number.
I got an 8.
Well, shit. We'll just double that damage because there's nothing else that's good. Anything else that's good, unless you want to give someone +1 going forward.
Nah. What, you think I'm gonna give someone +1 when I can double an RPG round? Am I high?
So you strike. You see this
Make a
RPG
lot of
hit
sense.
one of Cassiumia's heads, which kind of flails back a little bit as he lets out a roar of pain. Uh, the White Wolf taking the opportunity to bite into the neck of this specific head. And I'll give Lumac a turn before I continue my description of what's happening.
Strangle. 10.
What else?
The bugs.
The
Oh no,
bugs.
the
Oh
bugs.
god, the bugs. Okay. Yeah, the rest of you can see insects beginning to crawl out of Casimia's wounds.
That's horrifying.
Disgusting.
You have some. I don't know how. Every campaign, your character can do the most horrific shit. And I'm
What do you
so excited for the war campaign because of that.
Oh, Anthony is going to be interesting considering he's using a magic class that doesn't actually exist in D&D.
Oh,
Um,
I'm so excited.
Anywhooms, yeah, so that's happening now. Um, as this is happening, you seeing insects kind of crawling from his wounds. You do see him reach up and grab the White Wolf by the neck and throw him into a nearby kind of support structure that's still standing on this building and collapsing it, as well as the wall that's next to it, onto the White Wolf. And you just dust kind of goes up. You don't see the White Wolf anymore. Back to Cade. Everyone got really quiet when I said that.
Well, I'm just gonna continue making progress towards the neck, or one of them.
Okay. Uh,
I got a 5. I don't know what the modifier is.
you got a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you get up onto Casimia's back. You don't get to an attack, but you're up there. You're a little unstable just because the amount of movement he's making, but you are up there. Saw, I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm gonna give the last two of you opportunity before the next thing happens. What would you like to do, Saw?
Wolf got grabbed.
Your boy with the RPG is also out of ammo. He only had one shot, but
That's fine. Boy with RPG also should come running towards me, but I'm already far. I'm with the knoll.
yeah, the two of you would have been climbing over rubble trying to get to this fight, and you would have saw the White Wolf get thrown and disappear under a wall that collapsed on it.
I can't do much else other than
Bang
am I
bang.
within range for the shotgun to be useful?
Yes.
Fire that shotgun, baby.
Roll. Let's fight. Roll.
7.
The
Take it or leave it.
the pellets hit the side of this. It hits the scales, and they kind of bounce back and kind of like pepper you. They don't hit you like hard, but like you get like peppered with little BBs.
Hell yeah.
You ever been peppered? You ever been peppered by shotgun pellets?
Once. Not
I
a fun
have.
experience.
I have. It was very humorous for me. Um, but I'm also a mad lad, so anywho, Lumac. Wait, the null. Roll for the null real fast. Just roll 2d6. I have a number. So
Huh?
2d6 for the null.
2d6. Flat. 8 and 8. We got 2 8s.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. It's gonna do double damage because that's the only one we're gonna do with this because it won't hit otherwise. You see it actually like run up to the back of like Cassiomia's leg and slash at it, like getting through some of the scales. He almost like it's not more of a slash. It's more of a he grabs a scale and just wrenches it up and off. So he's ripping skin off. It's the only way to describe that. And just insects come swarming out of this wound as it as it's opened. Lumac, what would you like to do for this round?
Forgot I'm hitting him with some misfortune.
You are also very staticky.
Whole
Oh, now you're not. What the fuck? You were staticky for a second.
skill issue.
That's just weird. Okay. Yeah, hit him with a misfortune. Roll that check for that misfortune.
11.
Wow. You got 2 tokens for 2 effects.
I'm gonna interrupt what he's doing, and then I guess I'll just cause him to be injured.
Okay. You see Casimir go to swipe at Dutchman, and his leg gets caught to something. And in the process of pulling his leg up, you do see a decent sized gash appear in the leg that he pulled up. As he does does this, Dutchman lets out a roaring howl. Or it's more of a roar because dragons don't really howl. It's more of a roar as the air around this building gets very, very cold for everyone. Kind of a swirling, almost blizzard has been summoned by Dutchman. And he then immediately after this appears, dives at Cassiamia. Who, because he got distracted by his leg getting stuck, Dutchman Dutchman bites down on one of the 2 necks of Cassiamia,
Let's
causing
go,
Cassiamia
baby.
to actually stumble backwards a little bit. Cade, it's now your turn.
Gonna continue to the neck.
Okay. I would assume the neck
Failed.
that Dutchman is not working on.
Yeah, I failed though.
Okay. Um, that's just a complete fail.
I got a 3.
Yeah, you are knocked off Casimia's back.
Epic.
You catch yourself, so you're not going to get hurt, but you do catch yourself upon hitting the ground. Seeing actually as you fall, Dutchman placing a claw on the chest of Casimia and pulling back, removing one of the two heads
Nice.
and just throwing it to the side, just splattering blood all over the ground. That immediately freezes in this now blizzardy state that he has produced. Saw. You were in the splash
the-
zone.
Oh.
You were covered in
yeah,
blood.
baby.
It's cold blood.
Alright, so Saul, the nips be hard. Other than that, am I affected?
You don't seem to be getting hurt by it like you have in the past.
Cash money.
You're definitely
Oh,
cold, your teeth are chattering, but like you're not like suffering, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's not the end of the world. Okay. That's the case. I am gonna. Oh, have we closed the distance, the boy and I?
Oh yeah, no. You're close to Casimia now. That's why you were in the splash zone.
Oh yeah, okay. I want Noel to just start wailing on him. Just
The Knoll already hit once. Yeah, roll another 2d6.
2d6. 5.
It hits, but it doesn't exactly, it like goes to go strike at the one spot that it already tore open. But what ends up
Yeah.
happening instead is Casimir shifts and he just strikes at scales and doesn't seem to cut in anywhere deep, if that makes sense. If at all.
Alright, fair enough.
Um
I'm
yeah.
gonna. Is Undead Man caught up yet?
Um Undead Man would be catching up to you around this point as you would be using your turn for probably a shotgun.
Yeah, I would be using it for a shotgun.
Fire your shot, fire away.
8. I don't think that hits.
You hit, but it's once again, you're just peppered with your own pellets.
Yeah. Alright.
Lumac.
God damn. So he's only got one head now?
Yeah, he's down to one head.
I'm gonna blind him.
Roll that check.
That's a 12.
He's blind. Both eyes go just completely white. And you can definitely tell there is a state of panic on, well, one of Casimia's faces. The other one's not moving.
That's crazy. He made him blind.
Dutchman is going to let out another roar and is going to lash at Casimia's other head. The head attempting to produce a breath attack as Dutchman is going to clench down upon its neck. Preventing the thing from happening. Well, you guys, I'm be honest, this would have taken longer. It took one distraction, one misfortune roll that seemed to have made this a lot easier for you guys.
What was the misfortune roll?
That was Jared Lumac's thing. It made him get halted in the middle of an activity and caused him to get inflict damage. So he went for an attack, failed to do the attack, so he instantly failed attacking. And Dutchman took the opportunity to just start wailing on him without him being able to retaliate.
Saucy.
Yep. So Dutchman clenches down, bites down on his neck. you're close enough to hear, and Cade's close enough to hear, the sound of a windpipe closing and breaking.
Fun.
Oh, shit.
And Dutchman is then going to just kind of pull back after he does this. Casimir not looking too good. You guys get another round. Cade's first. I will
Wow.
also note that you would notice his regenerative abilities seem to be failing. He doesn't seem to be regenerating as much, if at all.
Oh, I'm gonna still try to get to the neck anyway. With a 6.
Yeah. That you try, you just kind of get you go to try to climb up him and it just kind of get you just bounce off of him sort of. Um more of a frustration than anything else. You don't really take any damage from this. Saw.
Yeah.
You're witnessing history right there. What do you want to do?
Can I big can? Um, can I try to hit one of the legs with a grenade? Like just have it where I can knock the big man off balance?
Did you not give all the grenades to your boy?
Nope, I gave him 2.
Okay, yeah. You can toss a grenade. Roll me a let's fight roll. This will determine where it lands.
I got. Wait, this adds the modifier? Because I got a 9 right now, but if I got the modifier, then that's a
With
10.
your let's fight roll, it adds your let's fight. Yes.
Alright, so that's 10.
Double damage, I assume?
Uh,
Are we running something else? Because you don't know the damage of these
do I want
grenades.
double damage, or do I want to see Cade succeed for once? Questions. Cade, what do you want? Double damage or succeed?
Oh, I gotta do like 3 more other rolls to get to the neck, so
Alright, double damage it is, baby.
Okay. You throw this grenade. Saw you will, because of where you are throwing it and how things are, you're gonna take 3 points of slashing just because you will get hit with shrapnel. You're not throwing this very far, but you are throwing it far enough that it's not hurting you. You do see his back leg though. A very large gash has been blown into it, and he stumbles backwards, actually falling slightly back, kind of almost stumbling down. So he's fallen backwards. Lumac, I'm giving you one more thing.
Can I get the knoll to try and break that shit?
Sure, Lumac. Why Lumac? You rolled that. Why Lumac decides what he's doing.
Alright. That, oh god, I got an 11.
The knoll tears into the leg it had been working on before, ripping more flesh off. Lumac, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with another misfortune.
Okay, roll that misfortune.
Another 10.
What 2 would you like?
It's same 2.
The same 2? All right. There was gonna be another round, but we're cutting it short again. uh, you see as it gets he goes to almost try to recover from this, and blood kind of squirting from the gashes in his neck and like the wheezing of a broken windpipe. You see him collapse backwards before shifting back to Casimia's normal appearance, except for it's not his normal appearance. You see his His left leg completely mangled. You see the left arm, the one that Noel had been working on, is missing significant chunks out of it. His head, it's fully intact, but it's missing like the flesh on one side. Almost as if because the head was destroyed or ripped off, he couldn't bring back that side of his face. And you can just see like his body's just covered in claw marks and minuscule to what they were in the dragon form, but they are still enough to bring him to a point of him collapsing uh, against a kind of pile of rubble, unable to move, just on the brink of death. Um, I'm giving people opportunities here. You see Casimir is suffering. He is not recovering from this, and he does seem to be slowly dying. Dutchman seems to have taken a step
slowly.
back and he is in human form now, but he seems to be slipping away.
Is he still in dragon form?
No, he's human again.
Okay. So he's not able to fight anymore, is he?
He is dying. He is unable to move.
Alright, I'm gonna turn back then.
Roll a wisdom or
Oh wait, hold on. Is there
instinct.
anyone around me?
No. Well, Saw is about 20 feet. No,
Well,
Saw is about 30
Any
feet from
other
you.
civilians?
No, there are no civilians in this rubble. It has literally just been you guys fighting.
Is he not gonna hold up his end of Ferrex? Hold up his end of the bargain for my other instinct I rolled a while ago.
I just want you to roll it anyways because I just want to see here to see how badly he will fight it.
Is it instinct?
Yeah.
Got a 9.
Yeah, that's good enough. Reluctantly, he gives back control. It takes a minute. Like you go to do it and he fights for a moment and then there's kind of like a pause and then you're able to take control.
I'm gonna go up to him and see if he says anything. Him being Casimir.
He is blind still.
That's right. Forgot about that.
But you do see him
Alright.
kind of just like limply sitting there, like you can clearly tell like he's just kind of going through his head what he did, like what he did wrong that caused him to fail.
I'm gonna grab him by the throat.
The already
That's hot.
broken throat.
Yeah, I'm still gonna grab him by the throat. He can feel it, right?
Yeah, he in a slight gurgle shifts his head kind of facing you. It's a horrific scene though, as I described before. Half his face is missing. Like the flesh on one half of his head is gone.
Sorry, I missed it. I've been trying to finish this extra credit for a project due tonight. Okay. Well, so I heard gurgles, so he can't speak.
No, his windpipe was crushed.
Alright, I'm gonna just. He can still hear though, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna get up to his ear and whisper into his ear. And say, I know you thought nothing of me, but I thought the world of you. And this is the consequences of your actions.
You look like a bitch.
He just kind of like it almost sounds like he's trying to say something, but it's just like very difficult wheezes and gurgles.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, I was gonna just say one more thing to him.
Okay, yeah. Say
I will dedicate my life to undoing everything you've done.
okay. Are you just gonna let go of him, or you just like keep holding on to
No.
him? You're just holding on to him.
I'm gonna see if he says anything else.
He
I'm
just
not
like
letting go though. Or at
as you
least
say
attempts to.
that, as you say that, he actually, with whatever bit of strength he has left, he does grab you like just below the collar of the shirt and kind of like scrunches your shirt and like tries to make a fist. And he like holds on for a moment and kind of like, roughly looks you in the face. And then you just feel his grip slowly fade and he goes limp.
Oh no, he's dying. Wait, no, I wanted to actually kill him.
Well, he's going limp. Like he's not. He's entering the after effects.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna with my hand still over his still grabbing his neck. I'm gonna say, in a way, this is mom killing you, and then I'm gonna transform. Hopefully, hand first, so that claws go through the neck.
You hear as you do this, because I'm assuming you're just gonna let Ferrex do what he wants for a minute.
Yeah, but with the arm transform first, if I'm able to do that.
Yes, yeah.
Claws to the
So
neck first, and then
it
after that, he got it, I guess.
the transformation happens. You just hear just like cackling from Ferrex. Saw you see Cade go back into Ferrex, and the first thing he does is just crush what's left of Casimia's neck, and then just begins to just tear him to shreds. What's left of him in a very graphic moment that lasts probably only 30 seconds. The very injured man that was dying before the lot of you is now nothing more. You've seen visceral cleanup detail, right? You've seen the bodies in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It looks like someone exploded. There's just pieces of him everywhere.
Hell yeah.
And like there is a moment of like Ferrex like actually like gnawing on like a bone for a moment before just kind of dropping it, and then just Cade, within your mind you would hear him just say you'd hear him in like probably the most calm the voice in your head has ever been, just saying uh I have been satisfied and you are able to come back. You are
Epic.
covered in blood. Your mouth is covered in blood. You just taste iron in your mouth. It's just like,
First off, I'm gonna spit that out.
yeah. As the two of you are the three of you are having this moment of just like Casimia's dead and all this, uh, you would hear rubble shifting, kind of in the direction where you saw the White Wolf get launched. You see the wall that had collapsed on it has been moved as it limps out before collapsing, uh, transforming back into Ryan, who's in his tattered state. The hoodie that he normally wears torn to ribbons. He's barely wearing it anymore, and the pants he has on are also torn to ribbons. Like he's barely clothed. um, Due to the whole fight, you see Dutchman immediately go over to him and help him, like check on him, essentially like transform back into Dutchman's normal form, and is like crouched over Ryan, trying to make sure that he's okay. You also see though that Dutchman's not healing as quickly as he was before, if at all. Like his wounds are also seem to be struggling to do anything.
Um,
Dutchman doesn't look too good off as well. I will say this: he is very bloodied. He's definitely in a critical state.
that's not good. Um,
I'm gonna. I don't. Shit. I don't have any. They don't have vials.
I don't think I have any healing.
None of you have healing.
Anyone have any like bottles or something? Empty.
No,
No.
but you would see Dutchman kind of like pick up Ryan and like start taking him to the street, even though Dutchman looks like he's struggling to do this. He's like fighting against his own urge to like just lay down, essentially. And you definitely see a look of worry on Dutchman's face as he is carrying Ryan towards the street.
Did I not get damaged this whole time other than the initial bite? I just realized.
You evaded the thing that was going to nearly kill you.
Which was?
The building collapsing.
Oh, what? Ferrex can die?
If you would have failed that roll, you would have died instantly.
On. Well,
If you would
I have
have
just a few spirits on me then.
if you would have partially succeeded, you would have been severely damaged but not died. Because you rolled a perfect success, you avoided damage.
Let's go.
But yes.
All right. Well, I'm covered in the blood. I was thinking that potentially his blood could be used to create an antidote of sorts, but I'm covered in it, so I guess it's fine.
You've also consumed it, so if it wasn't antidote, it's already in your system.
True.
Oh,
I wasn't
wait, I
thinking about
want to drink
myself
it.
though.
I want to drink
Oh,
the blood.
you want to drink the blood?
Yeah,
His blood is bitter.
don't care. I'm giving it to Zuck.
Don't care.
Okay, Lumac, what are you doing at this time?
I guess just standing there.
I will say, you would hear, the whisper of grandmother in your head. Probably not long after this, because you would notice by this point there are helicopters, at least 2 of them in the sky. One of them is definitely a news crew.
One,
um,
two.
a news crew, specifically the Corinth News, the company that, uh, the news company that that Cesare works for.
Yeah, I was about to say, is Cesare in that copter?
You can't see from here, but he might be. Um, you hear though from grandmother, you hear her say, uh, she says, "Well done, my precious boy. I can't wait for you to come home to us."
Yippee!
I'm picturing
Beat
him
to it,
turn
right?
around. I'm picturing him turn around and he jumps into the air and does the heel click and then just walks off. I assume that's what you're doing. Is that what you're gonna do? Is
You know what?
head
Yeah,
home?
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So Lumac's just gonna walk off. The other 2 of you, if you finish whatever you're doing, as you turn to follow, are you gonna follow Dutchman to the street?
Um, how far away is the street?
50 feet, 60 feet, but you also have to climb through rubble.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, so
go.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
I'm
use my knoll to carry me.
I'm gonna see if there's any rags or something around that's not covered in blood to kind of wipe some blood off of my face at least.
Yeah, you can do that. The knoll is definitely carrying you. Um, you are. I don't know the position specifically, but he's you're in both of his arms, just kind of being cradled. That's how you are, and that's how the knoll picked you up.
Hell yeah.
You would see as you get closer to the street, you would see, police have now arrived on the scene. Most of the infected look to have been restrained and captured per se. And you would notice that standing out on the street, you would see the police chief and a bunch of the police officers all standing there, and you'd see as Dutchman kind of starts limping towards them. He gets maybe 15 feet from the edge of the street and just passes out. And he
Um,
drops on the spot.
I'm gonna go over with the knoll. I'll get off because I'm relatively uninjured.
Yeah,
And
you'd see the moment he collapses, police rush forward and are checking to see if he's alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I'm this man's lawyer. He needs to go to the hospital right now. We won't answer any questions until then.
You see one of the officers kind of like pull his his radio off of his shoulder and just kind of like calls for EMS. Um, you also see like the officers kind of like helping people out that are on like the side, like the survivors who didn't get bitten or attacked, like that are still on the street who are hiding and stuff like that. You see like now people are like moving into the rubble to like look for anyone that may have been caught in the collapsing and everything else. Um, and yeah, what is the red? I guess Lumac's already gone. He's going home. Cade, what are you doing? As you would have probably wandered out around this point.
Um, Saul's going to the hospital, right?
He'll probably go with Dutchman and
I'm gonna
Ryan.
go too.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
You guys
see if
wait for EMS to
people are still
come.
feral, right?
Yes, but they look to be detained and stuff. Like a lot of them have been captured and like tied
Okay.
up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, I guess there's a lot of Casimirs blood around, but I got a bunch on me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can help in any way to create a potential antidote.
Funny you say that. As EMS kind of arrives, the moment they get a hold of any of you, including Ryan and Dutchman, uh, they eject each of you with a shot.
Like forcefully,
Like
like without our say so.
without you noticing, they do eject you. Like it's just like immediate. You also see like after you see them do this to you, I don't know how you'd react. How would you react to like being ejected with a shot like quickly? It's like one of the ones you
Who
like
did it?
press against the skin and it just kind of does the quick prick and does the ejection that way.
Yeah, I gotcha. Who did it?
Um it is one of the EMS.
Does Ferrix react?
There's a brief moment of like attack and then it fades immediately. Of
But
just
he's still
like
there.
he's still there. He's still there. It's
Mhm.
not like he went away.
Mhm.
And then you see like after like each of you get the shot and like Dutchman and uh Ryan get loaded onto this EMS, you do notice that they are using these injections on the individuals that are feral that are tied up at the moment. And upon getting these injections, they seem to pass out.
Oh, so I'm about to pass out.
Oh wait, they're
You
trying
don't
to
get
hit.
drow
They're
you,
trying
you
to
don't
hit me.
you don't get drowsy from it.
Let's go.
Saul
What
doesn't either.
was that?
What was what?
You said I don't get drowsy.
No.
No,
Oh
that
yeah,
my
'cause I'm
character
drink.
said, "What was that?" to the
Oh, you're asking.
EMS.
Okay, I thought you heard a noise, and I was like, "What noise did he hear?" Um, she kind of looks to you and smiles, and she says, it's a cure for the whole thing that's happening.
Oh, compound. What was it called? Compound primal.
Serum primal. Yes, we
Serum
have.
primal.
And she kind of gestures towards. Actually, no, she wouldn't know this. Never mind. She says, "We're not. We weren't told where we got it, but we've been synthesizing a lot of it."
Gotcha. Well, that's good. Um. Okay. Well, I guess you already have a cure, so that's good.
And
You
she
guys
kind of
need any
nods
other
and
help?
she kind of nods and looks at the two of you and just says, "Do you either of you need to go to the hospital with them before we leave?"
I'm
No,
fine.
I'm going with Dutchman though.
Um. Well, if you guys don't need any help, I guess I'll go with them. If you could use help, let me know.
She nods and wait, you're going with Dutchman, you said, Saul?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're climbing in the back of the EMS truck. The ambulance.
Yep.
Okay. Kate, are you joining him in the ambulance?
If they don't need help, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you the two of you get into the back of the EMS. Get taken to the hospital. Upon getting there, you're kind of separated from Ryan and uh, Dutchman, and kind of taken to a room to be assessed yourselves. Kind of, doctors kind of give you assessments, whatever injuries you might have, if in the slightest. They, bandage you up, clean you up, stuff like that. Offer you like new clothes that they just have on standby for this event.
Shower.
Yeah, you can shower, you get cleaned up, you know. They give you a place to, because they know you're worried. They like kind of give you a place within the waiting room. You see there's like shit ton of people in here. But they tell you, like, because of who you're waiting for, they give you a kind of a side room that's like, it's like a waiting room on the side of the hospital, but it's only you guys and like a select few other people in there that are waiting in this room, and like for the night, essentially.
Alright. Oh, we're not in the room with Dutchman. We're
No,
just
because they
nearby.
are currently. You would have known he would have probably been, him and Ryan have probably gone into a surgery in order to stop any internal bleeding and other things.
I'm gonna just strike up a conversation then with Saul. Quite a day, wasn't it?
It could have been better.
Could have been better, but we're pretty much unharmed.
Okay.
So I think I got the whole situation under control, so I need you to rescind that contract.
Alright. Then I'll release contract.
You don't feel anything, but it's just like Saw knows it happened. You don't feel anything, Kate.
Nice.
I assume you guys are going to just rest at the hospital for the night.
I suppose.
Okay. You guys wait. Some early time in the morning, the mayor ends up showing up here. She seems, you're kind of, when you're woken up, it seems like you like when you wake up initially, you see the mayor's already been here. Her and Zephyr talking to some of the doctors outside of the room that Dutchman and Ryan have been put into. You would also see that that Dutchman is actually on his feet again. He is currently, of course, dressed in a hospital gown. One of the doctors is trying to get him to go back into the room. Because him and Ryan are actually in two separate rooms. I said that wrong. But you see the doctor's like trying to get Dutchman to go back into the room, and Dutchman's like, no, I'm fine, and like trying to push him back so he could go and find Ryan, essentially. Is there anything you lot would like to do in this moment as you're watching, Dutchman like forcefully make his way into the room that Ryan is in? The mayor kind of watching this happen, kind of talking to the doctor, but like definitely tell she's amused by this. She definitely knows the kind of person that Dutchman is. Is there anything you'd like to ask people that are here, the NPCs that you know are important?
I'm gonna ask the mayor what happens now.
Okay. You go up and ask that question. She turns to you and gives, very warm smile and just says, "This is now we rebuild. We pick up the pieces of this whole thing and move forward."
What about his company?
Oh, we're gonna make sure there isn't a remnant of it left, and we are also going to find a way to clear that virus out of the water supply. Until then, the vaccines for it will be spread between the population and made sure that nobody can be infected by it again until we get rid of it.
I made a promise to him that I would dedicate my life to undoing everything he's done. So if I can help you take down his company, please tell me what I need to do.
She nods and says, I think we can figure something out with that. For now, though, you can rest and recover from this whole thing and just leave it to us for the time being. We'll let you know, and your assistance will be most useful.
Great. Okay. Well, yeah, that's done for me.
Saw, do you have anything you'd like to say to anyone?
I'm gonna look to the mayor and go, you a bitch. I'm just kidding.
No, it's canon. He said it.
How dare you? No.
Smite him. Smite him.
7 years in prison for calling the mayor a bitch.
No, thank you for getting the
Straight to jail.
thank you for getting the meds out there. I'm assuming that was your work.
Actually, and she kind of gestures to Zeph. She said Zeph was the one who took care of that. I was busy with other affairs at the time. Which I wish I was more vigilant on what he was doing here. A lot of this could have been prevented. But she almost like looks a bit like, you definitely tell there's like grief in her mind of like the people who died from the whole event. And also the fact that the city had been driven into chaos for a full like probably 6 or 7 hours. She kind of looks back to you then and says, though we'll make sure this never happens again. This is the last time we take help from someone who seems so eager to do it.
Well, now hold on a second.
She's not referring to you. Your father, you would know your father was like very eager to help with this and like was very persistent. Even when they like initially he was told no. Um Essentially she's just saying they're gonna vet people more carefully in the future. um and I would say as you're talking to the mayor, you would see like Dutchman like next to the bed Ryan is in. Like a bit hunched over looking. He's not like emotional in any way, but he's like definitely like he's definitely struggling to stay on his feet. And he's it seems very relieved that Ryan is okay. You do see Ryan, he has his left shoulder is in a sling. Definitely broke his shoulder. And his right leg is in a cast.
Nice. Well, he's still alive, so he'll have
Yeah.
to teach me how to gain control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when a wall gets collapsed on you, you do not walk away without major injuries.
Sorry. You want to repeat that? I don't think Ferrex heard you.
Ferrex was underneath a very large creature that allowed
No,
him not to get hit by
No, you
rubble.
didn't need to. You didn't need to respond to that. It's okay.
I did. I want Ferrex to know that that's what happened. It wasn't his sheer luck. It was the fact
Yeah,
that
it was
he
his
managed to
skill.
get
Like he's like obviously skill issue here with the
actually
white guy, but
scratch that. It was luck. The luck of the dice.
no, you can't take it back. You can't take it back.
I can and I will. And luck.
No.
You know what that sounds like to me?
Skill issue.
Anyways, yeah, you see that though he's, you know, he's having a moment in there as he's like talking to Ryan, and he seems very relieved before kind of like moving over to one of the chairs in the room and just kind of like collapsing into it tiredly. Is there anything you guys want to do else that you want to do?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to Ryan and pet his head like a little puppy.
I'm gonna send a message to Cesare
Okay.
asking if it's possible to set up an interview of some sort.
You get a very excited text back of like, of course it is. When do you want to do it?
When are you free?
There's a pause. And it's like, you gonna
As
be
in
around
not today.
yeah, it's like you see the messages like start going through, like you're like, he's rapidly texting about like today. Like there's a pause, the bubbles go away for a second, it comes back, and it's like, how about tomorrow?
Sounds good. Are you ready in 12 minutes?
He was gonna say, you got.
It's very
He's like, you gonna
specific.
be good in 20 minutes. That was gonna be his response. um, but you get that. You get that message back, and you go and pat Ryan on the head. And he kind of looks up at you awkwardly, a little confused. Dutchman kind of sitting in the chair, next to the bed or whatever, and just kind of grumbles. Just, I don't think he appreciates that. That's all I'm talking to you.
What's up?
Dutchman,
doesn't
when you were,
appreciate it.
yeah, Dutchman is telling you, I don't think he appreciates that. Ryan's just looking at you confused and awkward.
I don't know. What do you want me to do? I'm stressed.
There's no reason to be stressed anymore. It's done.
That's what you could say that because you're some freaking immortal dragon or whatever the hell you are.
Correction, I'm not immortal. I nearly died. But I see your point.
Like what, the 20th time? I know what you are. I'm joking, I'm not in the room, but and also that's metagaming, but that's not important.
But yeah, he just says, I see your point.
So are you ever gonna tell us what you are, or is this gonna be the great mystery?
He kind of glances towards the door and like making sure no one's looking in. Just kind of.
I'm gonna put a hand up and be like, all right, all right. I'm gonna pull out my shotgun, rack it back, and just stand by the door.
That's not what he meant. He goes, that's not what I meant at all. I was just checking that anyone was listening. How did you get
Am I
that in
within
here?
earshot?
He just kind of like
What
gestures.
did you
He's like, put it away. He's asking if he's in earshot. He's not currently. You can see like Saul pull out a shotgun all of a sudden.
I'm gonna go investigate that.
And you see like Dutchman like telling him to put it away.
I'm gonna tuck it inside my shirt jacket so it's still pointed at the door, but I'm just like, okay, I think we're good now.
Just kind of, rubbing the bridge of his nose. And he says, if you're so intrigued on what I am, it's before I tell you, you cannot tell anyone else. Got
Alright,
it?
everyone hear that? You say something, I'm coming to your house while you sleep, and I'm putting a round in your head.
Did I get into the room when he said
Yes.
that?
Yes, you would hear him say that.
As Saul says that, I'm
You
gonna be
feel
like,
like a cold barrel on your head as you walk in and be like, oh, it's just you. Never mind.
Oh, it's
as
just
as you say, I'm gonna put a round in your. Wait, was I in the room when you said that?
yes.
Oh,
You would have heard
wait.
Dutchman, and then you would have heard Saul.
So would you have been speaking to me? Would you have been speaking to Cade when he
I
said
think
that
he-
too?
I was just speaking in general.
I'm gonna say you can't do that. You're my lawyer. That would be illegal.
Um, out of the hundreds of pages I've read, there's nothing saying I can't kill my client. But
Let's just put it this way. In this Dutchman speaking, he says, "If you tell anyone and I find out, I could make sure that nobody finds you."
I believe that.
You see Ryan almost like Ryan almost, like gives like a very nervous like kind of laugh and just kind of like head kind of scruffs down a little bit, like he's trying to like hide a little bit.
Ryan's just like, man, I didn't ask for this. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear this shit.
The Dutchman, as you know, after he says that, he kind of just lets us know. He says, "Fine." He kind of gestures for all of you to, or the two of you to come closer so we can tell. And he says, "Since you're so curious and you've already seen it, you've at least seen the tattoo on my back. I am from a lineage known as Dragonkin. And what's not apparent is I am part werewolf. I will let you guys know there is hybrids in this world. The races do mingle."
What? Oh man.
Meryl
And for
knows a thing or
xenophobic
two.
slurs or something.
What?
You heard
What? I'm so confused by that statement, but all right. Such an odd statement to say, especially in this context. But he goes into a description of like explaining like his kind, these dragonkins, um, is a dwindling bloodline, and as all he knows for sure is he's one of the last, if not the last. And explaining that there is a lineage of uh, dragons and either dragonoids or werewolves that had hooked up and had children who then hooked up with other dragonoids and werewolves and had, like kept this lineage going essentially. And these
Yeah.
individuals live for hundreds of years.
Fun.
They do not age all that much, and he also tells you that he is, even though he looks like, for a dragonoid, he looks like he's fairly young. He's like 43. Most dragonoids live to like 200. He
Yeah.
is almost 100 years old.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, you're old.
He just at once like this whole thing is done, he says, "And now that that's all on the table, now you know."
Oh, I mean, if we're getting things off our back, I work for the mob.
We knew this.
Damn.
I don't know if anyone could tell, but my mom died. Really, been eating at my soul.
He just kind of gives you a look like, this isn't what I meant.
But jokes aside, glad you're on our side. Um, pretty swag. Uh, so what now?
Do we know why why my dad got that way, by the way? Because I don't think it was just some cocaine.
Oh no, that was definitely that like dark evil pack.
Knowing the things your father did and knowing the things that he probably was doing without any sort of record, he probably did various genetic tests on himself and enhanced himself to be able to do that because that was no natural form.
Mm.
I've never
I
seen someone
agree.
who's
Your dad's a freak. No offense.
freaking dead.
Well, I'll just add that to the list of daddy issues.
Aw. That's adorable. Alright. Side note, I'm gonna dip. I need a shower.
Yeah. So
For a second,
Well-
I thought you were gonna say I need to shit.
I'm gonna
I
just
do also
wrap
need to
wrap
do
with
that.
this one last thing real quick. Lumac, upon arriving home, you would see the remaining members of the ring cleaning up the place. You are immediately welcomed with open arms by both grandmother and Mama Reams, Mother Reams. Is there anything you want to do, or are you just gonna just like you just accept this and then just start helping them with whatever they tell you to do?
Yeah, I'll accept it and start helping.
Okay, so we've resolved all of the endings. We've done it. This campaign is over. The next campaign we can start. So we hope you
I
get.
wanna hold on. Can we retcon the interview I was gonna have with Cesare? Is gonna be like, I'm not my father, blah blah blah. You know, I want to help the city and all that, and let me prove it to you, etc. All right, cool.
Okay, this is literally just you just saying I'm undoing everything he's done.
No, basically me saying, uh, my goal here is to actually help the city, but I know I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to keep an open mind so I can prove it.
Okay, that works for me, and we'll leave whatever happens next to the imagination of the viewer. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go check out, go follow us on Twitch, join the Discord for updates whenever we go live. Because I'm not using Twitter anymore for this because it's not worth it. But or whatever it's called now, X. And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, whether this campaign or another campaign, go check out the YouTube page where we have all of our episodes organized in nice playlists just for you to enjoy. And as always, we hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.